Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Far Off Films. It's nearly Christmas when we're recording this. I don't know why I decided to say that. I guess I just
Yo,
wanted to
it's Christmas.
make some
This is
context.
how you know how late the episodes are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what happened. You know why I mentioned that it's nearly Christmas? Because it's a Christmas miracle. Because we all came together and watched a banging movie. I'm
And
Luca
Timmy
from
didn't give
Floopy
it a 7 out
Doopy.
of 10. It's a Christmas miracle.
I know that's the Christmas miracle of it all. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Who am I here with?
I'm Jules Jules Dinkle from the channel The Worst Man.
And I'm Timmy from Breitbart Academy, or whatever the school was called in the Holdovers. What was it called?
Barton
The
Academy. Barton and Don't Lie.
Barton.
Barton Academy, yeah. Yeah, I'm Barton Academy Jong-un Productions. There we go. Yeah.
Wait, can I do it?
Why did I say Breitbart? I guess that was
Can I do
You were
like a
trying to
little-
You were trying to get some chicken run in there as well. You know, bright bun. You were like,
yeah,
yeah.
if you want to if you want to do a chicken run thing, yeah, go ahead.
Could I propose a what you should have done for the intro, Luca?
What?
You should have gone, hi Mary, it's your American friend, Max Horowitz. I'm writing to tell you, to answer your first question, I do listen to Far Off Films podcast.
Oh, that would have been so good. Yeah, you should have started it that way.
Okay, let's cut everything. Let's cut everything.
Yeah.
You actually want
Hi, I'm your South African friend Luca, and welcome back to another. No, I'm joking. That was yeah. I kind of flunked it. I kind of flunked the intro.
We'll get to that later, but I will say
Yeah.
that as an average fat American, I felt very represented by Max's character in the movie.
You eat
So-
chocolate hot dogs?
I was confused how that works. So like is the chocolate
You just
a
put
replacement for the hot dog?
bar in a bread.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
like,
you did
but
it- you
where's
did it
the hot
wrong.
dog
You should have
part?
put it in white bread.
Oh my God, we're not gonna have
That
this
would've been
discussion again. We're not going to have this again.
I looked up a
So-
picture of a chocolate hot dog on Google after the film was done, and I actually found one, and it looks disgusting.
Wait, have any of you guys seen
See what I found.
Have any of you guys seen Pain and Glory?
Yeah, the
2019.
Almodovar.
The
The
Pedro
Almodovar
Almodovar. Yeah,
Yes.
It's a good film.
no, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so in that movie, like, I think like in an early scene in that movie, like, the mother for like her son like makes like something with like chocolate and like bread, and I actually have
Oh,
tried that, and
yeah.
it's really good. It's like actually really
Yeah.
good. Like,
Oh damn!
like yeah, but an actual.
So it's like chocolate bread, like it's like the
It's
like
not
the
chocolate
like
bread.
it's like a
Yeah, it's not like a chocolate
like-
sandwich. Or
It's
anything.
pretty much like the movie in it. Like it's pretty much like what they did in this film. It's like a bit of roll and with
okay.
like chocolate in it. You know, like yeah, pretty.
So
good,
kind of like
honestly.
a sandwich and a cannoli combined.
It's literally just
Okay.
chocolate and bread. Like
Hell
that's
yeah.
all it is. But
You know what? Fuck it.
It's
Maybe I'll
good.
try.
I mean, there's an appeal to that because I know there's a bunch of pastries that are like it's a croissant, but there's like chocolate
Yeah,
inside and shit
exactly.
like that.
Croissant.
Like I guess it's like kind of a similar thing.
and you get like
Yeah,
Nutella and
chocolate
shit
croissant.
as well. So yeah.
Nutella is delicious. I wish Nutella was like in everything.
Well, it's got to be.
I don't know
delivered by
about you guys,
It's got to be
but,
delivered by helicopter.
Why helicopter?
Timmy doesn't get it. Timmy doesn't get it. Okay, we're not gonna explain it. We're not gonna explain it. Nutella, like just jars of Nutella, are actually like quite a common gift in South Africa. I don't know if that's a thing for you guys, but yeah.
Nah.
Don't know. I haven't eaten Nutella in a very long time. I used to have it on my toast every morning when I was a kid until a certain point my parents
Yeah,
were like,
same.
you're not eating that on your breakfast
But
anymore.
not Vegemite?
No.
Not Vegemite?
You're not eating breakfast
or
anymore.
Marmite or whichever one you guys
Why would
you
I have
guys
that when I
use.
could have Nutella?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that like a staple? Like Vegemite isn't that like a staple of the Australian diet?
Well, yeah, but Nutella's better, obviously.
You guys don't eat hamburgers every day for breakfast, do you? That's a staple
No.
of your diet. No,
I did have a
Americans.
hamburger once for breakfast, but like, yeah, that's not like a. I don't know, like, because everyone says that, but it's like American
I've
food
had
is just kind
tiramisu
of
for
really,
breakfast sometimes.
yeah, like, but to me, like tiramisu for breakfast, like, isn't like because we have stuff like pancakes and waffles, and I'd argue that's like as
You have
sugary as like
Pop-Tarts.
dessert. Yeah, we have Pop Tarts. Yeah, exactly. Like we
I don't
might as
know.
well be eating cake for breakfast.
Yeah. We had like an American candy store open in my local village recently, and I got some Pop-Tarts, and I have them like occasionally. And I'm like, I don't know how you guys like have like multiple of those like every day for breakfast. They're like basically like
They're
an
loaded with
occasional
sugar.
like yeah, they're like an occasional like treat or something you get.
Yeah, which is
How the
why like
fuck are you eating
I think
those for
after like
breakfast?
see like for me like after I turned like I don't know 16, like I stopped eating them um as like breakfast
Recreational.
and more just like that or just like as a dessert, because like they might as well just
Yeah.
be a dessert because I just view Pop Tarts as
Yeah.
like a
Well, yeah, it's
toastable
like
cake if that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's like a warm like it's like basically like the equivalent like the chocolate one. You could almost say that's like the equivalent of like heating like a brownie up in the microwave.
And in all honesty, that's how I'm treating cereal these days too. Like, I mean, not
The chocolate cereal.
like the
Only have it on
yeah.
weekends.
I mean, yeah, like Fruit Loops or like a lot of like the sugary
Not on
like
school
if
nights.
it's in a if it's on a if it's in a if it has a color then it's like basically a dessert to me, which is why like these days when I have cereal for
Yeah,
breakfast,
true.
it's like the oats and basically like the healthy stuff, quote unquote, if you want to call it that. So like
Oh
I
man.
used to really like cinnamon toast crunch, but like these days it's like I cannot have that for breakfast. Like I cannot start my morning like that anymore. Like I'll have it like at like
Yeah.
midnight when I'm
I
like
don't like cereal.
wasted. So cereal's good though. Like I can't give up on cereal.
Nah,
I'll
I
just
don't like cereal. I've eaten toast as long as I've breathed, basically.
do you eat bacon or sausages for breakfast?
I do eat bacon.
It's so good, isn't it?
Not for breakfast, for dinner.
Oh, okay.
I have a crumpet every morning though for my breakfast.
I don't know what that is.
Do you eat crumpets or anything?
What the hell is it? Hold on,
You
I
don't.
gotta look this up.
Wait, you don't know what a crumpet is?
I mean, I
Is that?
might have,
Are you
but
serious?
hold on.
You don't. Is this?
Oh, okay.
That's the universal breakfast.
No,
thing.
but
You don't
we
eat
call it an
crumpets are
English.
not a
We
thing
call
in
it an
America,
English
like
muffin. We don't call it a
Australia.
crumpet. We call it an
No,
English
shut up.
muffin. Okay, so I know what you're talking about, but we call it something else. Um, in the U.S. Uh, I don't know why we call it an English
Oh
muffin.
no.
Yes, we just do. So
Oh, that's just great.
world cultures collide, I guess.
I just don't eat breakfast.
Yep. That's
Okay,
the
anyways.
internet cutting out.
that silence is maybe a signification of speaking of breakfast, speaking of eggs, chicken rice.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good transition, eh?
I did exactly. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I unfortunately did not have time to see it, so you guys can talk about it without me. So yeah, please talk about it.
Yeah, Jules, I know you're the Ottoman boy, so, and I know that you were quite disappointed with this movie. I didn't really care because I wasn't really a big fan of the first Chicken Run that much, anyways.
Come
So,
on, connect, you fucking.
Do you want to take
Thank
the floor?
You. Jesus Lord.
Would you say this is like significantly worse than the original Chicken Run then, like for you, or
For me personally,
or is
I
it just
wouldn't.
like kind of like
For me personally, I would be like, the first one's good and has charm. This one is just like that, but is like meh and doesn't really have like any sense of charm. So like, I wouldn't say it's like leagues worse than the original because I'm not even that big of a fan of the original anyways. So it's not like a movie that like offends me or anything, you know. But I know.
But either way, this isn't like a Wallace. This isn't like a Wallace and Gromit like franchise for you. Like you're not as invested, or
No.
like you don't enjoy these movies as much as you do Wallace and Gromit. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of just thought the movie was fine, like very neutral. It kind of just flew by. A boring setting, like just like less engaging versions of the characters.
I remember the marketing of the film, like they were saying like this is like the Black Panther for chickens or something. Like I didn't know what that meant, so like I was wondering you guys would. I heard someone say something like that. Like it's Black Panther but with chickens. Someone mentioned something like that too. Hold on, I'll find the quote somewhere.
What's the correlation between Black Panther and
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys, because that's where I heard it. Hold on, Black Panther Chicken Run. I swear I didn't make this up. I know I've heard of this somewhere.
If anything, it's like the Mission Impossible, but with Chicken Run.
Okay, according to the film's director, it's Wakanda for chickens. The whole film is a bigger scale, really. Okay, that's what I meant about director Sam Fell argues the island the chickens call home is like Wakanda from Black Panther. Okay, so that's where I got it from. So I know I wasn't making this shit up. So
the island is like the only good set
in the fucking corniest thing. Yeah, I know, because it looked cool. Because the rest of the film. Hang on.
Yeah, go.
I'm just gonna kind of go into my big.
Yeah, just go into it. I know you have a lot to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as everyone probably listening to this knows, right by now, I'm a big kind of Aardman fan. They're my favorite animation studio, and despite the claims of some haters like Luca, Chicken Run is an awesome film. I love it. Big staple of my childhood. And in truth, I don't think this movie should have been made at all, because why make a sequel to Chicken Run? Because it's a perfect ending. Like, it's the great escape with chickens, and then they escape. Like, how do you add to that? Like, there's no sequel to the Great Escape. I mean,
yeah, you make Black Panther with chickens, the natural extension to the Great Escape.
Yeah, Steve McQueen to Martin Freeman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, I did not like this film. This is the first time I fear maybe that Aardman might be in their ass era now, and I'm very much hoping that this next Wallace and Gromit short proves otherwise. Yeah.
Well, to be fair though, I feel like you could also blame the director as well, because I'm looking at the director's filmography.
Yeah,
it's like a bunch of shit. It's like
Sam
Flushed
Fell
Away.
Made,
yeah.
Flushed Away.
Yeah.
Did he make Arthur Christmas as well?
No. But I see Paranorman, and I see he made Paranorman, and then he made the Tale of Despero, or however you pronounce that. So yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh, this dude's been making ass since like forever.
So this might just be like a Goro Miyazaki type situation. Dude. Like, would you say, like, is he the Goro Miyazaki?
Maybe Sam Fell is my Goro Miyazaki.
Okay, I just wanna chime in to say Paranorman isn't that bad. But anyways, continue.
I mean, I don't remember Paranorman being a bad movie at all. So yeah, I don't agree with. I mean, I don't remember anything about it.
But
yeah, but
yeah, I couldn't remember anything about it, honestly.
Was Flushed Away really as bad as? Because I haven't seen it since I was super young, but
I do not like
Yeah,
Flushed Away.
fuck.
in my
Flushed
memory,
Away.
though,
Fuck Flushed Away.
in my memory though, I have nothing but nostalgic like feelings towards Flushed Away. I mean, keep in mind, I haven't seen it since I was like 8, so like like my opinion has like zero relevance. But like
When
I don't know, I remember like Flushed Away not being as bad as I remember it being.
when Jules and I were watching the first Chicken Run together, I was going on about how like Flushed Away was like the movie that I always used to see in like kids like playground areas and like restaurants. So I have seen this movie so many times in my life, more times than like I need to have had seen Flushed Away in my life. Okay, I don't need to like lay my eyes on it ever again. I don't think yeah. But anyways,
Yeah,
we're going
I
off
was
topic.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that
Anyway.
did they not get Nick Park to direct this? Like I would assume that Nick Park came
Well,
on.
he's working on Wallace and Gromit. I think
Okay,
he obviously cares about that more.
that
I mean,
makes
in
sense.
truth, he should have had more hands in this because he obviously would have made it better.
It's literally just a
he's
Hayao
the
Goro
goat.
Miyazaki type situation. It literally is just a Hayao Goro like Miyazaki shit. Like it
This is
sounds
my
like it's the
Earwig and
same
the Witch.
thing. Yeah, this is your Earwig and the Witch. So,
Yeah. The thing I absolutely hated the most about this film was the fact that they recast all of the voice actors. Like, I mean, not all of them. Like, they kept like Jane Horrocks was still there, and I think Imelda Staunton was still there. But I hated the new voice of Ginger and stuff. Like, whoever they got for that was ass. Zachary Levi sucks as well. I mean, to be honest, I guess
Would you
I
have
could understand
preferred-
why they would want to.
would you have preferred
Yeah,
they brought
I
back Mel
understand.
Gibson?
Yeah, I know why. That's the only one that I see a reason. Like, okay, I guess I understand why you did that. But also, I heard like an audio clip of the original actress who voiced Ginger speaking. Like, she sounds like the same basically. I don't know why they recast her. I think it's quite ageist actually. Yeah, so all the voices sucked. They didn't feel like the same characters for me. Was not a fan of what they did with fucking all that stuff that Ginger was saying. Like, yeah, it kind of goes against everything she was like about in the first movie, where she says like, out beyond that fence is like freedom that I could just taste, and one day I'll get over that fence. And like now she's just like, no, you can never leave this island. Like we're perfectly fine here. We don't ever need to leave this island. Like, what? This doesn't feel like the same character. I feel like I'm watching completely new characters. Like, these are not the real Ginger and Rocky that I know. Bring them back. And yeah, as Lucas said, it was, I think you sort of said this, but the sets were just really, really boring. Like, I really like the island set. Like, that's very cool and pretty, and like what I love in like Aardman sets. But just the whole, because like 75% of this movie takes place in like this little facility with like these perfectly like white walls to ceiling, and it all looks so boring. Like, I wish that there was more of a feel to it, like that it didn't. I know they're probably going for like the very over exaggerated like evil villain lair, but like I wish they didn't spend so much time in there. Like I wanted to see some other locations maybe. Like, even though the first Chicken Run like takes place basically in like, because they're trying to escape, it takes place mostly in the prison chicken camp. Like there's still like a variety of stuff though, like the places they go to, like even like the little rooms and stuff, and like when they sneak into the house, and like in the pie machine, and when they go up into the clouds and the airplane and stuff. Like, there's a lot going on in that film, despite most of it taking place in the chicken prison. And this one, I felt like there was not a lot going on. Like, I shouldn't feel bored when I'm watching an Aardman film. Like, I shouldn't feel like I'm just sitting on like a flat roller coaster that's trying to insist maybe like, yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, it's fun and stuff. And yeah, I was not really feeling the vibes of this whole thing. I never felt any sort of sense of adventure. It just kind of felt like paint by numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I didn't hate it, but yeah, goddamn, was this not really my thing?
Yeah,
I don't like using the word mid unironically when I'm criticizing stuff because I think it's a stupid
You love
way.
to use it ironically.
But fuck me, this was mid. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you could just say that. You could say you're calling it mid ironically too. Yeah. So, well, he is. So
this time I'm actually calling it unironically mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there no? So like, I was mentioning this to you before, but like when I'm thinking about like the first Chicken Run, which I haven't seen in a very long time, I still remember like moments, like the beheading scene or like with the chicken pie, like it sounds like it doesn't have any moments like that in the sequel. So
yeah, there's not many kind of memorable things. Like, I don't know, it feels kind of weird because like I think if I was a kid I'd probably like it, but at the same time I feel like it's kind of...
Yeah, I guess like I understand your frustration because like like Aardman technically makes movies for kids and like that's like the target demographic, but like when we were talking about Wallace and Gromit, like we were like so giddy to talk about it because like it's such a great movie. Like aside as like there's so much that you can enjoy about the film that isn't exclusively just like humor for 6-year-olds. Like, but from what you're saying about this movie, it seems like they only made it in mind for 6-year-olds and like no one else above that age is what you're saying.
Yeah. It kind of feels like Saturday night movie night for like it feels like something that I would be showing at like Christmas to like get me to shut up for an hour. It feels like one of those movies.
Man. Yeah, I was gonna say like I Yeah, it didn't seem that interesting from what when I saw the trailer. I mean, I was gonna see it regardless, but like,
wasn't.
it didn't really sell me on its premise because I guess like the premise of this sequel is that like, oh, remember when we broke out of the chicken farm? Well, this time we're breaking in. What do you think about that? Like, okay, cool. So,
well, what happens is that they sorry, coughing, choked on water. The break-in, like, they do it basically in one go. Like, it takes them like no time at all. It happens like half an hour into the film, and then there's still like an hour left. Like, they're just running around the place basically the whole time. Like, it's not like because that's the one thing I was kind of intrigued by. Like, okay, the natural like sister genre of like of an escape film is a heist film. So that seems like natural ground to tread on, but then it wasn't that. Like, there's basically no heist involved. Like, it's just we got in like in one go, like easy, done, easy as pie, chicken pie. Yeah, also, and wait, Timmy, do you mind if I spoil it?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, spoil it ahead. I don't really care.
Yeah, they bring back Mrs. Tweedy. She's just alive.
Didn't she die?
Which, I mean, I don't really mind.
Yeah,
when Mr. Tweedy pushes the barn door down on top of her.
Yeah, like I just assumed, you can't really come back from that, but I guess.
I mean, I
guess
don't mind. Like, it's stop motion. It's silly. Like, people get exploded all the time. and survived. I mean, she survived like this just gigantic machine rupturing and like a gravy nuke around her. So it's whatever. She can come back. She can survive.
Okay.
Yeah, but I actually wish that they made like some sort of new villain, and she was so boring. Like there was nothing really going on with her, like in terms of her being even intimidating in any way.
Was she
Like,
played by the same voice actress, or was she also replaced with someone
yeah,
else?
it was the same voice actress.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's such like a nothing villain. That's like you may as well have replaced her with someone else, and it would have been the same. Like it doesn't. It's not the same villain. It's just a character that is chasing them around with like an axe and saying, "I'll get my revenge on you, stupid interfering chickens."
Yeah. It you're really not selling this movie on me. Um,
You will not like it. Like I'm
okay.
telling you now, you will not like it.
I'll see it anyway because I like Aardman, but yeah, it's sounds like I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
sounds like all the because it always to me like even from how I've heard about this film's production that this just felt like a side project, because they clearly Nick Park like is focused on Wallace and Gromit. He clearly wants to make more Wallace and Gromit shit. But he also realized, fuck, we also have this franchise, so I guess we might as well give it a sequel or something like that. Like, would you say like that's like kind of the attitude, like with how the film's
Yeah,
presented and
yeah.
stuff? Yeah, okay.
It feels like they asked like the gods of the Aardman gods for money, and they just gave him like a Walmart voucher or something to make the film.
We'll let you make another Wallace and Gromit if you make a Chicken Run sequel. And they're like, fuck, I guess we have to. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it, but they didn't say we had to put money into it and make it good.
Did they use actual like?
I mean, obviously they did. Obviously they did put money into it, but
did they use like I don't know. Like I guess like Aardman maybe confirmed
yeah,
this, but like from when I watched the trailer, it looked like flushed away shit. Like it looked like it was like CG pretending to be like stop motion.
It's just all very like polished and stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they're in like a little factory lab thing for most of the movie.
Gotcha. And also they got Netflix money, so
and
I'm
also
sure
it does seem like that they don't like, because you said that they looked kind of like, I don't know what's the word. They looked like you can't really see like the humanistic touch of like the animator anymore.
I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when you watch Wallace and Gromit, you can see like fingerprints basically and stuff like, and it's sometimes like it's little, you can see little indentations like where they've moved it, like, and that's so endearing to me. Like that's such a human element of the animation. This one it just kind of looks like too clean, if that makes sense.
It looked like Leica type animation where it's like, yeah, it's like technically impressive, but like part of what I like about Aardman's movies is that you can like tell that it was like handmade, like everything was handmade. You can tell like people, like it wasn't all made in a computer and stuff like that. Like that's why I'm not a big fan of Leica like animation movies, because like they look like they're stop motion, but they feel like they were made in a computer, and like that's the impression I got when I saw the trailer for this film. But yeah, you can correct me otherwise.
I mean, it is still amazingly well crafted. Like, as are all their movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like there's never a moment where I thought like the stop motion looked bad. Like it all looked amazing. Like,
okay. Yeah, Luca, do you have anything to add to this discussion? Do you
No, not really. It was just kind of. I mean, Jules said it. It's mid. It was a mid movie. Like I have nothing to say about it at all.
No, I didn't want to interrupt Jules because I know Jules has a lot to say about this film, but yeah, I didn't know if like you were as passionately
not at all
ambivalent towards the yeah. So
I could not care less about this movie.
Could have been worse. Could have been an Early Man 2. Could have been a Flushed Away 2.
Nah, Early Man's better than this.
Oh, okay. Well, I still haven't seen Early Man. I didn't see it because
Early Man's
no
not a
one
bad
said.
film.
Okay. It got a bunch of negative reviews. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I
That's
should
not
just
what
skip
you were
this one
saying the
then.
other day,
Oh.
man.
Yeah. Hashtag let's get Flushed Away 2 started. I want to see Flushed Away 2. Let's do it.
Flushed away again.
I want Sam. I
Yeah.
want Sam Phil to never work on a feature film again. Get away
Uh-huh.
from Aardman.
Damn.
Yeah, go back to Leica or something. Go back to
Yeah, go back to making Tale of Desperate 2.
I
Speaking of
remember
Tale-
it's
my Aardman.
yeah, speaking of well, okay, we're done talking about this then. You guys are gonna give it ratings or
Yep. 5 out of 10, but probably it's very close to a 4.
okay.
Yeah, also a 5 out of 10. It's just kind of there. It just kind of exists, and yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
It's a
I find
movie
it
that
more
exists.
offensive that it's I would rather that it was bad than forgettable.
Yeah, like
it's so
Jules was
average
like
and it's
listing
so
things that were
forgettable.
happening in the movie, and I was just like trying to like remember what was. I remember the opening, and I remember like kind of like how they broke in, and after that, my brain just went out the door. Like I barely remember anything about this movie.
It's another Tales from Earthsea
I
for you.
couldn't
It like
name-
it went one ear out the other.
Yeah, I couldn't name a single character's name. I remember more about Tales from Earthsea than I remember from this movie, honestly. Like, yeah.
That sounds impossible. That doesn't seem possible.
I mean, it's possible. It somehow it's possible.
Mhm.
But
I guess
yeah.
I guess what you're saying is Goro Miyazaki should direct the next Aardman joint, is what you're saying.
No.
dude, honestly, like if there was like a
Only-
stop motion, like kind of
Only
like
Nick Park.
D&D dragon-y kind of thing, like that would be sick. But yeah, Goro
That would
Miyazaki
be
should
awesome.
make it though.
I'm kind of surprised though they haven't done. I guess like the closest thing to doing that is they directed that one episode of Star Wars Visions. I think like because that was their kind of big like
Yeah.
poppy sci-fi. I haven't seen it. I just saw a clip of it one time and I was like, oh, that looks cool. Like I guess I could watch that. So, yeah. But
Well, they made
Speaking-
Pirates. Pirates was pretty kind of big scale.
I remember seeing it, but the only thing I remember about the film is the meme, and the meme wasn't even in the movie, so like I don't remember much from the movie, I guess.
What meme?
So the yes but
Wait, what
actually
meme?
no. The yes but actually no meme.
Oh,
Well, yes, but actually no. Have you never seen that meme?
oh, I suppose, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
well, the meme is not even in the movie, so it's like a lie, it's a scam. So it's like okay, then I guess I don't remember anything from the film.
Oh,
So, but
damn.
yeah, the moral of the story is Sam Fell is Aardman's Goro Miyazaki.
Ass.
Yeah. Speaking of ass, no, I'm kidding.
Ass.
Yeah, we saw.
Speaking of good movies.
Yeah, we saw the Holdovers, the new Alexander Payne joint film, whatever. And I know you guys will disagree with me, like most other times we do. I thought it was fine. It was okay. It was like decent. Like I guess I'm a bit confused. What about the film is like so like amazing and magnificent to people? Because I've looked at ratings for this film on Letterboxd, and apparently now it's like in the top 250 on Letterboxd or something. And I guess I'm a bit confused as to
Okay, well,
why.
it shouldn't be in there. I'm not hyping it up that much.
Okay,
But
I mean, I
every
guess I
new
can
movie
kind of
that's
see
good
like
that
the
goes into the top 250 on Letterboxd. It'll fizzle out eventually.
well, but at the same,
I
But
bet
at the
like
same
the
time,
boy
some
and the
movies deserve
heroine
that.
and
Like
like some other stuff that's new are in there as well.
Boy and the Heroine.
Yeah, boy and the heroine. The boy who
Yeah,
took
that sounds
heroin.
awesome.
Lives
I'll
is
go see
in
that.
there.
Yeah,
Let's
the
not
Boy and the
Past
Heroine.
Lives is in there. Let's not pretend that the Letterboxd top 250 is like a serious entity.
No, but like some of them are justified. Like Across the Spider-Verse is like in the top 10 or something like that. Like that totally makes sense to me. Like I would understand that. So, um,
I don't even think
but
it
anyway,
should
yeah,
be that high. Like the Letterboxd top 250 just gets over. Like Bottoms was also in the top 250, and I love that movie, but I do not think it should be in the Letterboxd top 250. Like,
oh, okay.
yeah, like that's just what happens
So it's
with
become-
like every new movie that people like. So yeah, don't take it seriously.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's become like the new
Yeah.
IMDb top 250 or something.
Well, the IMDb top 250
Yeah, they're basically the same
never
thing at
changes.
this point.
That's the
Okay.
thing.
So the IMDb top 250 is like a shit show.
Yeah.
It's like it's in such a bad state. It'll be
I
like
mean, the
something like-
Snyder, the fucking
um,
Snyder cut is in the IMDb top 250. Like, it means nothing to me at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's practically worthless. Yeah. So, like, I don't know if you
I
guys
think,
know this,
like,
but
something
apparently,
like Avengers Endgame is like above like Akira Kurosawa's Ran. or
Yeah.
something.
yeah, like it's just like it's like populated by comic book nerd shit. Like, apparently, like the reason why Shawshank is number one.
It's such a
is-
funny thing to like to scroll through because you'll see like an acclaims thing that should be in there, like absolutely, and then you'll see something like fucking Captain
Ant-Man.
America.
It's like the Brad T
Yeah.
top 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, guys, if you guys know this, but like, I don't know if you guys know
John
this, but
Wick
like the
4.
reason, but like originally the number one film on IMDb top 250 was like The Godfather, but apparently when The Dark Knight
The
came out, like
Godfather,
everyone
The
gave
Dark Knight.
like
Yeah.
everyone gave The Dark
They
Knight
tried
like
to
a
they
10
tried
out
to
of
get
10.
it dethroned, and then somehow,
Yeah.
and then they only made Shawshank Redemption number one, and
Yeah.
it's been that way ever since.
So it's like, congratulations, you played yourself type shit. So, and it also didn't even matter because like The Godfather is still like what, number
What is
2 or
the-
something like that. So, you know,
I
like
think it might be. Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
look up the IMDb top 50 actually.
I know like
This
The
is
Dark
kind of a
Knight is
side
like,
tangent, but I think it's funny.
it is funny, yeah, because I know like either way they didn't get what they wanted because like The Dark Knight is like what, number 4 or something like that, number 5, which like I like The Dark Knight as much as the next guy, but it is not like the top 10 greatest movies ever made. It is simply just not that. It's not.
Yeah.
It ain't it, chief. Yeah.
Look, listen to this shit. Number 18, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Number 19, Seven. Number 20, It's a Wonderful Life. Number 21, Seven Samurai. Number 22, Interstellar.
What a piece of shit.
That's so good.
Oh god, yeah. So yeah, remember when everyone was hyped the fuck out about Interstellar? What a crazy time. I didn't really get it at all, but you know.
Yeah, I don't really get what people are on about with that one.
Yeah, but on the other
Like,
hand,
what the fuck is this? Number 60, Sunset Boulevard. Number 61, Paths of Glory. Number 62, Avengers Infinity War. Number 63, The Shining.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, I guess now that in
What an
retrospect,
unserious
like
entity.
now that you guys were mentioning it, like I guess Letterboxd top 250 really has become the
Joker is
IMDb
one
top
above
250.
Princess Mononoke, Timmy.
Sorry, what?
Joker is one above Princess Mononoke,
Well, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys. No, I'm kidding.
which also happens to be. Oh, it's so funny that Joker is above Come and See. in
Oh
the
my
top
God.
250.
Yeah, I
Jesus
will take
Christ.
the
Well,
Letterboxd top 250 any day over the IMDb one.
no, but like, but even the
Oh,
Letterboxd
such a
top
fun-
250
this is
though.
Such a funny thing.
But even the Letterboxd top 250 though has shit like this. Like, remember when like Spider-Man No Way Home like was in the Letterboxd top 250 for like a certain amount of time
Yeah, but
or
at
whatever?
least,
Like that
at
was
least
fucking
the,
weird.
The Letterboxd ones like filter out after a while, you know, like they have like their original
I guess
hype,
so.
but then like they kind of get
Until they had to change their entire thing so that they could get Spider-Verse off number one.
yeah, but like eventually,
What's
like,
wrong
they
with that though?
filter
Like
out.
Spider-Verse is like an amazing movie. So there's nothing wrong with that at
Yeah,
all.
but it's not the best
Yeah,
movie of
no
all
one,
time.
no one was saying that when Parasite got to #1 and stayed there for like 2 years.
That was based though.
Isn't it still there, or is it something else? Like,
fucking
hold
elite.
on.
Fucking elitism. It's a Harakiri, I think, is the #1.
Which, in all honesty, I don't think I've ever heard until I saw it on the Letterboxd Top 250. So I'll be like seeing them. I want to.
Kobayashi.
Yeah, I want us. I
It's
actually
awesome.
want us to talk about it at some point. Yeah. So, but anyway, we should get back to the thing I said before, the Holdovers. Like I said, it was fine. It was like decent. It's like
Yeah.
it's the
Moving
performances
on
are
from the
good.
IMDb Top 250.
Yeah, the performances
Yeah.
are good, and like Paul Giamatti and what's her other name? Fuck, I'm
Divine
so
Joy
sorry.
Randolph.
I'm so braid. Yeah, sorry, say it again.
Divine Joy.
Divine Joy Randolph.
Divine Joy
Divine
Randolph.
Joy
Yeah,
Randall.
Divine Joy Randolph. Okay, I think her and Paul Giamatti are like Oscar worthy in the film. I definitely like think they
Dude,
should get like
I
nominations
think
and stuff.
Dominic Sessa is
Um,
also Oscar worthy.
Dominic Sessa. He's
Dude, he's
He's
He
awesome.
was like fine.
They
He
were
was
filming-
fine.
He'd never done anything any
yeah,
acting
they were
before.
filming on his
Yeah,
school.
but, like-
he went to the audition. He was like, "Yo, this is how I can act." And then fucking Alexander Payne was like, "Oh shit, okay, I guess you're in the movie now."
Oh,
Like,
fuck, yeah.
Yeah, give this man supporting acting.
He suited what he needed to, like he suited his role very well. I'll say that, but like he didn't give like he did not give the same level of like great performance as like Divine Joy Randolph or Paul Giamatti.
think
Like
he
he was
did.
fine. He was fine for what he needed to do. So and so I liked the acting, and I liked the way the film was shot. Like I really did like the 70s style like aesthetic, like film grain, like cinematography of the movie. That was cool. I think that definitely like made it stand out from any other like type of like like high school drama, I guess, if you want to call it that, like this. But I guess like my main sort of issue, if you want to call it, is that I really just was not connecting with a lot of what was going on. I get that it's trying to be sweet and sentimental. It's like, oh, it's about a child who's left behind, and the teacher and the student have to like connect with each other. Like it's well made for what it is. I think it accomplishes what it's going for, but it's like in the end, like for me, when it comes to movies like this, like it's just a matter of like am I in or am I not? Like am I jumping into the roller coaster? Am I connecting with the film? And like there are moments that I thought were powerful, like emotionally. I thought like they worked very well, but like a lot of times I was just kind of like, this is kind of really emotionally manipulative, and I just wasn't like. I wasn't buying like some. I guess that's not even the right word. I guess I just wasn't really connecting is the right word. I wasn't connecting with a lot of what was going on. Like I could see people being very swept up by the emotions and like the sweetness and the sentimentality, but like I don't know, I wasn't really connecting with a lot of that. So which is why like yeah, in my conclusion, it's a good movie. I think it's a good film like to watch on Christmas, but like I'm not, I just I guess I can't really connect with like the emotional reaction that a lot of people are having with this film, if that makes sense. So, but you guys are free to disagree with me because I know you guys do. So,
Yeah, I do, I do disagree because I thought the film was excellent, and actually, in retrospect, because I saw It's a Wonderful Life, which somehow I'd never seen before, in theaters the other day, and I actually saw quite a lot of connection to that, like this kind of idea of like a kind of like tragedy at Christmas, or this feeling of depression and loneliness at Christmas, like and I think that kind of they both movies accomplish that like very 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 well, like the and I think the chemistry between the two leads is so amazing and so just full of like kind of life and quirk, and like they do feel like real people and stuff, like despite kind of sometimes it's like very 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 over the top and like very funny, like they do feel like inherently very 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 human, which is why I think it's such the way that they humanize the fuck, what's his name again? The teacher,
Who?
the
Paul Giamatti's
Giamatti
character?
Yeah, what's his name again?
Paul Hunnam.
I gotta look this up.
Paul.
Oh, he's also named Paul. I was gonna call him Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, just call him Paul. Yeah.
Like the way that they like slowly like break the ice around his character, because like I feel like, have we all kind of had a teacher like that at some point?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely have. Yeah, the way he slowly kind of reveals himself and slowly shows more emotion is so kind of emotionally and narratively satisfying for me that I think it kind of elevates itself. Like, I think I will probably watch this every Christmas, but I think it elevates itself to like not just like a very like heartwarming, like as you said, sentimental film, but just like a very kind of not emotionally charged, but just like very, very emotionally satisfying beyond like a surface level. Like I feel very, very, very happy or sad or glad for these characters, which I know is obviously what the basic elements of a story and being invested in characters. But there was a lot. I think that there's a lot there to kind of appreciate, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I think like at the end of the day, like what's going to like divide us on this is just like, are we emotionally connecting with the film? And I'm glad you do. I'm glad you like found emotional resonance with the movie. So,
Luca.
Yeah, Luca.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite movies of the year, most definitely.
Oh wow.
I was going into this like kind of expecting it to be like kind of a crowd pleaser, kind of like what Timmy was describing, like an easygoing, like, you know, kind of Oscar-y kind of thing. And then I watched it and I was like, yeah, it is that. But it's like the best possible example of that kind of movie that I've ever seen, like, in my life. Like, something that I really appreciated about this movie is that there was so many opportunities for like silly little conflicts or forced like things to go wrong, and it never goes wrong, or like things like
I mean, I argue there were
happen.
still bits like that, like when the student like broke his arm or whatever, he's like, "Do not cross the Rubicon" or whatever. You know, like I thought it was like I kind of groaned at
That's
that. I
such
was
a
like,
great moment.
No,
okay, whatever. So
I don't think that
yeah.
was what I'm describing at all.
I
Like, I think this film could have gone in so many predictable ways. Like the moment where, I don't know, he like kind of like throws like a really shit Christmas for them, or like the moment where like I feel like they could have had more bickering between these two characters and more annoyances. But I think like the way that they just handled it with like such care, and they knew where to place like each scene and each moment and not lean too much or create too much like unnecessary conflict. And like I thought it was just really like sweet and wholesome and magical. And yeah, there's stuff in this movie that I connect with a lot, you know, like glimpses of my past that I'm not really gonna say out loud, but like, yeah, there is this kind of like special stuff in this movie to me. And I did rewatch it. I watched it twice. And I think like the movie kind of loses like a bit of the magic that you have the first time watching it, but it is still a great movie. I think I agree with Jules, where like it's definitely like a once a year, like during winter kind of watch, or during Christmas kind of watch. Like I think I watched it too soon. I feel like it's gonna get around like 2 years time Christmas, and I'm gonna watch this again, and I'm gonna be like, holy fuck, like that really hits, because it did
Yeah,
really hit like the
I
first
will.
time I watched it, like. And and yeah, I think it just like handles its characters and like emotions like very well, and like it was crowd pleasery, sure, but like it did it in a way where it didn't bother me, and it felt actually earned and really genuine. And yeah, I loved all of the performances.
Yeah.
I think they are all fucking amazing. I loved all the other school children as well, even in their small little roles. I feel like they created such like a great vibe.
I wasn't a big fan
Like,
of the other school children. So,
well, you have not been to an
Yeah,
all-boys school, bud, because holy shit, they do it.
I guess not, because I've been to
They do
because
it
I've
well.
been to public school my entire life, and I guess I've never, yeah. So, I will say that I do think this is well made enough that I am interested in revisiting this in like 2 years from now, on Christmas 2 years from now, because like I want to make clear that like I don't hate the movie because it's a crowd. Okay, I don't hate the movie. I guess the reason why I'm not I I want to make clear that like just because something is a crowd pleaser or something is like going for something super sentimental, like that that's not why I'm not connecting with the movie. Like if that was the reason, then I wouldn't like most of Spielberg's movies. Like Spielberg's movies are all like sentimental, crowd pleasing, like sweet times. I guess except for some, but like I wouldn't connect with films like E.T., for example,
Yeah,
if it
Schindler's
wasn't
List
for
is
that
a
risk.
massive crowd pleaser.
Yeah. I don't think Schindler's List or Saving Private Ryan is one of those. Um, but I guess like my, I think it's just like I said, it's just like the way they kind of go about this story. Like it's funny you mentioned Jules the It's a Wonderful Life like connection because I was also thinking about It's a Wonderful Life, but like the reason why I love It's a Wonderful Life, the reason why I connected with that film is because like we see like this like really like interesting and really tragic like character arc with Jimmy Stewart's character. Like we see his like growth into like what drives him to like attempt to take his own life like on Christmas. Like he's like a good guy. He's trying to like he just wants to do what's best for his town, and like every chance he gets to like leave and like make something of himself, it's always like he always has to come back, and like he always has to do something for the town, and it's like he's just there longer and longer and longer, and there he's like more resentful and stuff. And there's that hook, there's that narrative hook that like gets me excited when I watch It's a Wonderful Life, that gets me invested when I watch It's a Wonderful Life. And like in this film, I guess there are like morsels of that, like there are like hints of that. Like we learn more about like Paul Giamatti's character's past. We get glimpses into like Divine Joy Randolph's like characters, like as her son like died in Vietnam, and like she's like trying to cope with like her son's death and stuff like that. And then you also have like um the main kids, oh I forgot his name, like his like whole shtick with his dad like being institutionalized and stuff like that. It's just like there are elements of that It's a Wonderful Life narrative hook that I can see, and I can understand like why that would be so emotionally powerful. But again, it's like the way it like comes together, and it just feels like we're like creeping into those like areas of interest, for me, instead of like actually really delving deep. It's like, okay, we're done with this, now we're moving on to this one, and now we're done with this, and now we're moving on to this one. And you know it's yeah, I wanna keep stressing, it's like, it's not a poorly made film, it's a well-made movie, but it's like, I just wish I can see what you guys are seeing, which is, like, this, like, really great, like, emotionally powerful Christmas movie, but I just wasn't getting that at all, like, and I wish I could, like, change my mind about that, I wish I can, like, get that emotional, like, connection to it, but I really just wasn't getting that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that, like, what you're saying with, like, the emotional connection, like, in, like, stuff like It's a Wonderful Life, like, you can kind of see, like, the thing coming, like, yeah, there's something that's going to happen, like, all the townspeople are going to come into the home with the money and stuff, like, if you kind of have the basic grasp of like a story, you can kind of see where it's going. But
Yeah,
it's
it's
still narratively
predictable.
satisfying because
Yeah.
you see the character is at his highest highs and like his absolute like lowest lows, and I feel like you see that in these characters as well, because you slowly, like as you were saying with the Jimmy Stewart character from It's a Wonderful Life, where you slowly learn more and more about him and like why he's like this. It's like you slowly are learning more and more about like Paul Giamatti and Dominic Sessa's character. Like, why, like the stuff about how he ended up teaching at the school, and like the stuff about his father and the mental asylum and stuff. Like, you are slowly seeing these people become like more and more human from what we first see them as, which is kind of like, oh yeah, this is the main lead student, and this is the kind of funny professor character.
I will say
I just think that growth of character is just so good.
I will say that like I think that was a satisfying like end to his character when like because in the beginning of the film he's like, oh, like why should I give them like a passing grade, you know, like why, because their parents are rich, like they're just basically like they're nepo babies, you know. They're like they're the kids of rich parents who like are entitled to everything. They can just like get whatever they want because their family's rich, you know. And so like they deserve none of my sympathy. But then by the end, you know, like he sees the Dominic Sessa's character
Sis.
as like a real human being who has like actual like issues, you know, and he's like much more sympathetic and much more like lenient towards like his like issues and stuff. Like I thought that was like a really satisfying like character arc. I thought that was really good. But yeah, it's
Yeah, it's like
I'll give it that. Yeah,
it's
I'll
like
give
a
it that.
genuine like growth of like respect, like comradeship and friendship, basically.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luca,
Anyway,
did you have anything to add to that? Or
did you have anything to add? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's too. It's clearly too. Yeah, you guys clearly have two sides of the story. I definitely more coincide with Jules. I definitely felt the emotional beats this film was conveying. I liked the presentation. I loved the style. I loved how like just the way fonts were placed on screen and stuff like that. And it was just a very cozy and like very easy film for me to connect to. And yeah, I mean, I don't even really know what to say. Like yeah, I don't want to like dissect.
I would just encourage people to watch it.
I don't want to just like dissect you every point and tell you why you're wrong, because you are obviously. But
yeah, I'm never right. I'm always wrong. I never have good takes ever. So,
but yeah, like if you don't connect to it, like that's chill. But yeah, like I just really found myself enjoying. I think like the main reason why I loved it so much is just because I didn't expect that I would love it so much. Like I had never seen another Alexander Payne film before. I was kind of going in blind, and yeah, like I said, like I just was kind of swept up in the style and the presentation of things and what they did. And yeah, yeah.
I will say that I do like Alex. Like I don't know if you guys seen Election. That's a film from him I really connect with. I love that film a lot. And I would actually like for us to talk about Election at some point.
I would love to talk about Election. I've yet to see it, but everything I've heard sounds like
it's amazing. Yeah, I it was like probably one of my favorite films when I was in high school, and so yeah, I would love for us to talk about Election at some point. But yeah, so yeah, it's not like I couldn't connect with the director. It's like yeah, it's just sometimes something hits you, and sometimes some things don't. You know, so like even my favorite,
honestly,
yeah, even my favorite directors. You know, like sometimes they just make things that that I don't connect with. Like I love Miyazaki, but like Nausicaa is a film that like I appreciate more than I like actually like, if that makes sense, you know.
Ponyo.
So yeah, Ponyo I guess is the same thing, but I like Ponyo more than Nausicaa. So yeah.
No, Nausicaa's better.
Hmm. But anyway, yeah, I will say though, like I briefly mentioned this, but like I did really dig the 70s style like cinematography of the film. They must have gotten like just like old 70s cameras or something when they were shooting this, because like
I think they literally did.
Yeah, either that or they had some wicked editor like just like add some like wicked ass like filter on the movie or something, because like I did like that sense of like authenticity to the movie. Like, oh, it's not I remember like I saw an interview for the film, and like Alexander Payne was like mentioning something about like how like the film isn't a period piece. We just like pretended we went back to the 70s and made a movie and then just like brought it back to here. And I think in that sense, I think that kind of makes
Yeah,
it a fun time capsule type movie, even though it wasn't like you know what I mean? Like it's a fun time capsule movie without having to be a
yeah.
time capsule movie. Yeah. So.
I read a thing that part of the reason it took so long to make was because they had to align Paul Giamatti's like schedule to the winter months of Boston, because like there's none of that, like every time you see snow, that's real snow on screen. That's not like any of
That's
like
so
the
cool.
spraying down like the foam or the paper stuff.
None of that
Like,
Hollywood movie
that's real snow.
magic.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah, no. They call it the real magic.
The real magic.
Yeah, whatever AMC, the real magic. This is where magic is never. What did Nicole Kidman say in the AMC ad? Fuck, like it doesn't get. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What's just wanted to make a meme. So, um,
This
yeah,
is where miracles happen.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. So,
It's just something stupid.
yeah, something stupid. So, anyway, I've said everything I wanted to say about the film. It's a good movie, but yeah, you guys are free to talk more about it if you want, because I know you guys love the movie more than I do. But
I'm
yeah,
pretty
that's
much
all I
the
have to
same,
say.
honestly.
Yeah, just like compelling characters. I liked where the story went. It went in ways where I didn't think it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more predictable, and it surprised me. And yeah, very relatable. Love that fucking scene on the ice rink. And I love the scene and the New Year's scene. Those are what really tied everything together for me, and like just was like, yeah, this is like a certified banger of the year. And yeah, obviously, yeah, I mean, I'm running around in circles. Performances are amazing, but yeah, it's just like a very easygoing and heartwarming film, and it's hard for me personally not to love. So yeah, high 8, 9, somewhere around there. Really like this movie.
Yeah, same. Probably an 8 as well. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10. It's closer to a 7 if that makes you feel better. So, yeah, I'm just fulfilling the prophecy, you know. So, yeah, maybe they should have made it an anime. Then I would have given it a 10 out of 10. So,
if this movie was made by Charlie Kaufman, you would just be absolutely loving this.
but how would Charlie Kaufman make a movie
he
like
wouldn't
this, though?
make
That's
a
the
movie
thing.
like
Like Charlie
this.
Kaufman.
Yeah,
Charlie Kaufman makes like fucking his shit, you know? Like he would never make something like this. So,
yeah, I know.
So, speaking of, I don't have a good transition. Movie time, recommendation time. The, you know, Luca, open us up, please.
Yeah, so I recommended a film. Sorry, I'm blanking. Everyone is trying to contact me all at once right now in the middle of this fucking recording. I recommended a film called Mary and Max. It is a little stop-motion animated film from a really cool dude called Adam Elliott. He's made some funky, cool short films.
Melbourne boy.
Yeah, a Melbourner. I can't believe Jules hadn't seen this movie before. It's crazy, but...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And yeah, it's just like a really... I mean, similar to the Holdovers, and not very, but like in a similar way where it's like, it's just a very... Not really easygoing, but like it's a heartwarming movie, but it's also one that's gonna make you cry at the same time. And like, yeah, like it's pretty much a story of a little girl who decides that she randomly wants to write to someone, and she randomly picks a number from a phone book, and the number that she gets is a older person with Asperger's who lives in America, in New York City, and she is a little girl from Melbourne in Australia. And it tells like this just like really wholesome and genuine story of the lives that they share together through writing letters, and kind of like this age dynamic and mental dynamic, I guess, in ways. And yeah, it's just like, it's animated so beautifully, like easily one of the best, not only animated, but like stop motion animated projects like out there is. Like whereas Chicken Run was kind of dull in like its use of stop motion, like even though this film is filled with dull colors, like there is not a moment where they aren't just utilizing the medium to its fullest potential.
There's like no bright colors at all.
Yeah, well, there is one
but
bright
it's like
color,
with purpose.
but it's like
it's intention.
There's a point to the way this film uses color, like you guys are saying. There's a great sense of character, even to the poster and the title alone. Like the characters are so well realized. Like the font of Mary is kind of like this squiggly, like handwritten font, and Max is like more straight and typewritten out font, you know, like in that kind of even like those small elements are such huge details to these characters and how they express themselves through writing. And yeah, like, but I was talking about the animation. Like there's constantly stuff going on screen. There's like light bulbs popping up and thought bubbles and little like animations constantly happening on screen, and it is just such a like lively and expressive film, and it tells like a surprisingly like deep but like hard-hitting like story for like a kind of
extremely hard-hitting
movie, but not really. I don't know. I would
not say this is a kid's movie.
I watched this as a kid, but there is definitely more to gain from it when you are an older person.
Animated movies for babies is
I wouldn't give this to like people who are younger than like 12, but I think like if like 13 and older, they could watch this. Like I would give, if I had like a 13-year-old kid, like I think this would be an appropriate thing to watch. So yeah. But anyway, keep going, Lugo. We interrupted you.
Oh yeah. Were you finished, Lugo? Did you?
That's all. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like one of those films that, like, you know, you can kind of get more with it, like, the more you grow up, because it is a movie about growing up. You know, like, I think you could actually watch it at any age and like experience it differently throughout the ages, honestly, because yeah, like there is like it does show the story of like Mary from a young girl as she grows up and how she interacts with the world around her, and same thing with Max. And it is just a very genuine piece about these two characters, and it is presented and told in such a unbelievably phenomenal way. What did you guys think of this movie?
I thought it was just amazing and so powerful, and also extremely well made. I although I had not seen this, I've seen a short from this guy before. I think it actually won an Oscar, called
Harvey Crumpet.
Harvey Crumpet from
Harvey Crumpet,
2003, which is really good. And yeah, this is just as good as that. In fact, probably very much better. I love the stop motion kind of style of it. Kind of like a kind of gothic in nature. I do like that he kind of made New York look like a kind of black and white noir shithole.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he clearly doesn't like the city, and honestly, I agree with him. Melbourne's better. I also liked how he colored Melbourne, that kind of like dry, kind of very suburban, brown summer nature. Like, yeah, I've seen grass like that as long as I've been alive, basically.
Mhm. Is it an accurate
yeah, I love the
representation of life in Australia for you, would you say?
yeah, pretty much the drunk people hitting your mailbox. That happens.
The cherries, the cooking cherries.
The cigarette lady who's like, fucking, we're not a garbage bag.
Yeah.
I really, really love the way the kind of this film uses like dark humor, because it never, like, some of this, it's got, because like kids say like the fucking funniest like unintentional things, but then when you stop to think about it, it's like, oh, that's quite actually like, oh, that's kind of a dark thing to say. Like,
Yeah.
it's very, very morbidly funny and also true towards kids. Like some of the stuff that actually can't think of an example. Like that Mary says in her letters to Max, it feels so genuine of like what like a kid would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
remember one of the lines that really like made me chuckle was like one of the letters that Max sends is like, "Are you a communist?" And then like Mary's response is, "No, I'm not a communist."
Yeah,
And I
communist.
I
That's a
chuckled
good
at that.
joke.
I thought that was really funny. Yeah. So yeah, I mentioned this before, like outside of our recording of this, I said this to Luca. I think this is genuinely one of the best things we've ever talked about on this podcast. Like I think this is without a doubt my favorite thing that Luca has recommended. I was
Hell
like
yeah.
head over heels in love with this film. I really, really love this. I think this is like I wouldn't be surprised if this like quickly became one of my new favorite movies of all time, because there was so much to dissect and there was so much to get out of the film, and it's like so short too. It's like a 90-minute film, but like there's so much to unpack throughout the entire runtime that I was just like, I don't think I've properly like absorbed everything this movie is giving me, which is why like I'm like eager to watch it again so I can like re-examine and rewatch and like like really like squeeze out all the juice that this movie is hiding inside. um yeah, like on a technical level alone, I think this movie is like really masterful. Like I don't know how they pulled this off too, because like some of like the animation is so slick and so fluid that
Oh,
I'm just like,
amazing.
how did you pull that? Like one of my go-to scenes that I'm when I say this is like that typewriter scene when Max is like typing to like the typewriter to like the beat of like the classical music. I don't know how they pulled that off, but that was like really that was like as impressive to me as like the the train chase in
Apparently, that was a
the
working
the wrong
typewriter, like a
trousers.
working miniature typewriter.
Really? Okay. Well, I guess that makes
Yeah,
sense. But yeah, to me, like that was as impressive as like the train scene from The Wrong Trousers, the Wallace and Gromit short. Like it was as impressive to me as that.
yeah.
And but yeah, like on a technical, like I really love the character designs too. I was a bit like concerned going in. I was like, oh, is this gonna be like some edgy like South Park style type shit where it's like they make edgy jokes and it's like going to be really offensive and like depressing and stuff like that, but it's really not. Like tonally wise, it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like a more
It
mature
never feels
Pixar
grown
movie, if
worthy.
that
Like
makes sense.
it never feels like it's going for like too much of an edgy joke or too much of like a safe
Exactly.
children's joke. It, like,
Yeah.
it perfectly toes the line between the two. In
I
such
think
a
it's like a
real
more
way.
mature I think it's a like a much more mature Pixar movie if you think about it, because like it's still going
Yeah.
for those
I
same
mean,
like
yeah, I guess.
it's hitting those same like emotional moments and same like sweetness and like sentimentality from like Pixar movies, but in this, like the reason why I really loved it in this is because like it also isn't afraid to show you very dark and like very like uncomfortable like subject matters, you know? Like
Yeah,
I really
definitely.
loved the
Yeah.
scene where Mary like takes a bunch of Valium and like is about to like take her own life, and like but she also doesn't know that she's pregnant. It's like after she takes the Valium, it like does this like weird fever dream type dream sequence and shit like that, and it's like I
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
that was terrifying to me, but it was also very like pure in the sense that like this is a person who's like clearly like not mentally well. This is a person who's clearly like distressed and like depressed from like her broken relationship with her pen pal and stuff like that. And in that sense, like we also get a lot of insight into Max as a character as well. I thought like, see, in any other movie, I would be really, really annoyed by narration, like constant narration, because I think it's just the most like cop out, shitty excuse of like a narrative tool ever. But in this, like, it kind of reminded me of how like Scorsese uses narration in his movies, where it's like it's not just telling you, it's like it's showing you as well it's telling you. So like when you see like narration of like the moments that Max like read Mary's letter 4 times, he immediately had like any other new experience, he immediately has a panic attack. But you see the panic attack happening while like the narrator is like communicating these panic attacks as well. It's like it's such a great combination of both show and tell. And I know like they also used like narration for like budgetary reasons because they couldn't like lip sync every single line that like both Tony Collette and Philip Seymour Hoffman give, which by the way, they're like incredible in this movie. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman is awesome. Like I genuinely
Oh
like
my God,
couldn't
amazing.
tell that like Philip Seymour Hoffman was like I like if you told me it was someone else,
Such
like
a
I would have
great
believed
voice.
you. Yeah, he like perfectly encapsulated his character. Like I couldn't tell it was Philip Seymour Hoffman for a bit. But yeah, like just so much like sweetness, but also like it's like to me like this is the kind of sweet emotional sentimentality that I'm looking for, that I didn't get in the Holdovers. It's like it's trying to go for something very sweet and very like you know um like loving, but it's also not afraid to like be real about its subject matter. It's like this is what it's like for people with Asperger's, this is what it's like with people with depression, this is what it's like, people who suffer from loneliness and obesity and all this other stuff. Like this is just, like they're being very upfront and honest and authentic about what they're trying to communicate, but also like hitting those like sweet emotional moments, if that makes sense. Like the ending to this film, perfect. I loved the ending, really awesome.
Amazing.
So
Iconic.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I almost did too. Yeah.
Also, really love the soundtrack. What did you guys think? About
Yeah,
that?
it's
I think that
fantastic.
was- especially in the final scene. In the final scene, oh my God, just so powerful and well
The
used.
music is great. I have zero issues with the music. So.
Yeah, no, it is
Yeah,
fantastic.
amazing.
Like
Fantastic score.
fantastic score. Yeah, I mean everything about this movie is just great. Like there's probably like not one thing wrong with it. Like, and oh yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. Like I don't think that they 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 use the narration for budgetary constraints at all, Timmy. I think it's because like
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
no, it's very clearly an
yeah, I
intentional
think it's
choice.
definitely an
Okay.
intentional choice because like I think it's like kind of acting is kind of like like reading out like a letter or like the narration is there to clearly like tell you and give you information like the like because in that scene like where Max is having a panic attack, like he wouldn't say to himself, oh, this this letter is making me stressed, so now I'm having a panic attack. No, but like that the narration like tells you that, but like it does it in a very like engaging
I'm not saying like it
way.
wasn't
Also kind of
intentional.
told like
I
a
just
told
just
like
thought
a
it
kind
well,
of like a children's cartoon.
Yeah, like a story.
yeah, no, like I'm not saying it wasn't
Which is
intentional.
actually
I'm just saying
which is
like
actually
it.
funny.
Yeah.
In fact, I know that's probably what I was going for, because that dude he's an Australian dude, and he has narrated many children's shows
Oh really?
that I watched when I was a kid.
That's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
see,
got like a
but
whiplash when I first heard his name. When I first heard the narration, I was like, "Holy!"
You were like,
fuck,
"It's
I've
the
not heard that
guy."
voice in my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "It's the
Yeah.
guy."
Yeah, see, even though despite what I like, I thought like, I'm not saying it wasn't intentional. I'm saying like it worked very well for the film, regardless if it was like intentional or not. Because like because I also got that impression as well. Like the narration made it sound like you were watching like a PBS like children's cartoon type shit. Cartoons that you would watch when you were 6 years old, like on the Education Channel or something like that. It's like Max went to the store one
Yeah,
day
yeah.
and then blah 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 blah. But it works so well,
It feels like
because
a PSA kind of.
yeah, it's like it's
Like a
not
PSA
like
about like
because
obesity or Asperger's or
yeah,
whatever.
Mhm.
yeah, because like it like because in the end, it's still an animated film, so like I like the logic of the thinking too, where it's like it's an animated film, so they might as well lean into the things that makes animation attractive, and like let's like really hone in on like animation's greatest strengths, and like narration is like a big part of like a lot of animated projects, especially for children. So like let's use that to our advantage, and also like the film isn't like above like haha 6-year-old like humor. There's like fart jokes and like poop jokes and shit like that, but it works well within the film. Like it make it like it's really funny, first of all, and then second of all, that like it fits within the context of like the film's tone, you know, like nothing is too serious and nothing is too babyish either. It's like that happy middle ground. So
I think they are,
but they don't treat you like a bait.
Very serious.
Yeah,
like
they don't treat you like a baby. Like they're perfect. That's why it's so powerful, because they it's very kind of it's lighthearted. It's nice. It's kind of charming, and then it really like pulls you into like the Jesus Christ, like this fucking like it's just horrifying. It sucks. It's like it's really depressing and sad.
Yeah,
and it does that just like so quickly.
Yeah, it just like literally like throws you in. Like there is no warning like that the film is gonna go these ways.
Yeah, there is no
it just
warning.
happens. Like, and it's like
but that's what makes it so authentic too.
Of life in that way. Like these things kind of just happen from time to time. There is no certain way of going by it. Like shit happens. Like yeah, and like God, the characters are just so like real, like, and genuine. Like for an animated movie, like I totally believe them. They feel like people that could have genuinely existed in their weird cartoony ways. Like they are such accurate depictions and representations of people. There's not like any moments where like I felt that the movie was being disingenuous towards the type of people that are being expressed. Like, and yeah, I love how this movie uses color, especially. Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but like, you know, like when Mary starts sending Max like gifts and stuff, like the gifts come in color because like, you know, she is literally like this kind of shining light like in his life, you know, in his black, in his monotonous, in his black and white like life, you know, like she is like this.
When he puts the pom pom like on his yarmulke and it's like emitting orange and stuff like that. I really liked that. Yeah.
Yeah, like like she is this spark, like she is this color to his life. Like and like it's interesting in that way because like, you know, they kind of use like washed out and drowned out colors for both of them, but like you can say that you can kind of see that like even though Mary's life is like still really shit, there's kind of more innocence to her life. There's still like a bit of color, like a bit of hope, you know, but like from the beginning of the movie alone, like you kind of know that like Max's life, like, you know, despite of like he's lived he's lived a lot more of it, and he eventually will end also in this black and white state, you know, which is really sad to think about, but you know, like at least there was a bit of joy and a bit of color sprinkled in before he did eventually die, because at the end of the film Max does die. But you know, there's like kind of like that, like he dies, but it's like he's actually finally smiling, you know, when he does, and it's like fuck, it's like that's really hits so hard.
That's
like,
what makes the
I like
ending.
How they never really kind of say like what he died from. At least that I remember.
I mean, he was eating chocolate hot dogs every day. We kind of have a we kind of know what he died from.
There's an implication, but like there's never really a lead up to that or anything. Like it's just very, very, very sudden.
And the movie's like not like trying to shame him for it either. It's like the movie isn't like explicitly like this guy ate himself to death. What a disgusting freak.
It's not like the whale.
Yeah,
it's not like the whale.
It's not like the whale.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I going to that point about the smile thing, I thought that's what made the ending to me so powerful because I remember in the beginning of the film, during one of his letter readings, Max was like, my psychologist tells me that I need to smile more, and it's like it's not like I'm not happy. It's not like I don't. It's not like I'm not like feeling happy. It's just like I just don't smile. Like that's just how my body works. Like my brain is smiling,
Yeah.
my brain is happy, but like it's hard for me to emote that, in a way that's natural. Like because like when he's trying to smile in front of like the homeless person that's living outside of his apartment, like he has
Yeah.
this really freaky, like creepy smile when he like donates the chocolate hot dog because it's like it's really inauthentic. But like when he dies, like it's like a genuine smile from him because because like he says in his last letter, it's like you are my best friend, and like you are the the light of my lights, like you are the one person that makes me happy, blah blah blah. And then, like he emits that as he's like as the narrator says, like when he dies happily in his sleep or something like that. I don't remember, but like
Mm.
it's like it's not like overtly sad because like it's bittersweet because yeah, like Max is dead, like a person died, but like Mary can also see how important uh she was to his life because when she looks up, because Max dies while looking up, like we see like the all the compilation of all the letters that Max ever got throughout their relationship, and it
Yeah.
makes her happy. It makes her realize just how important she was to him, and it's like, and it is why, like, for me, whenever like,
And in
oh,
turn,
suicide,
he was to her.
yeah, it's like, it's why, like, to me, like, suicide attempt scenes are like a really like slippery slope, but I think in this moment it really, really is justified because Mary like has a very low self-esteem. She's like, I don't remember if this was a line that they said, I because I was dead tired when I was watching the film, but like I remember someone like Mary mentioned that her parents like called her an accident or something like that, and so like she didn't
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of, yeah, okay, so they did say that, okay, yeah, so she has a lot of self-esteem issues, which is why like she really latches on to Max because like she's the one friend that she has in her life because she doesn't have any other friends, unless you want to count Eric Bana's character as a friend, but that's more with the friends with benefit. No, just kidding. Uh what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like, which is why like the first time like he like ghosts her basically, and it wasn't even his fault. Like he was institutionalized for 8 months, but like it really like harmed her like self-esteem issues. Like she was into this like she was in this like phase of depression, and like she like is happy again, when he writes back, but then like the moment like they have that conflict where she tells him, hey, I'm writing a book about you and I'm giving you half the profits, blah blah blah, whatever, and he's like so upset by it, like he doesn't even bother sending a letter, he just rips out the M in his typewriter and gives it to her, and she's so distraught by that like she not only ruins her own career, but then like she falls into the same like you know characteristics that her parents had. Like she starts
Yeah.
like becoming an alcoholic, she starts becoming depressed, and like
Mm.
she's about to kill herself, and it's like it like, yeah, like as her self-esteem is tied to Max, and like Max like and when Max realizes just how important he is to her, through his encounter with the homeless person, because he realizes that like everyone is imperfect just like him, like I yeah, that was like really, really powerful. Like it's why like he ultimately forgives her because like he said, it's like I forgive you because you are imperfect, because you are like me, like we are not so alike, like he
Yeah.
because Max is like you guys said, he's not ashamed of who he is. Like Max even says like, "Oh,
He knows
my
who he is.
doctor tells me, yeah, my doctor told me that they'll have a cure someday for Asperger's, but I love being an Aspie.
I don't
I
like
am an
being like that.
Aspie. Yeah, that's who I
Yeah,
am,
an
and
Aspie
it's like,
is who I am. Yeah.
yeah, and like she's like, and the reason why he was so mad at Mary was because like he viewed her as like a threat to his like existence. It's like, oh, so you're trying to change me. You don't like me for who I am. But then like But
Yeah.
obviously Mary isn't saying that at all, but that's how he interprets it, which is what causes their relationship to just break apart in general. It's like I said, there's so much to dissect from this film. Like in all honesty, this is video essay worthy type of movie where it's there's so much to unpack from a really deep emotional level. It's so beautifully told, but at the same time it's it's not it's not like Anomalisa, where everyone's just sad and everyone's depressed and everyone's dour and unhappy, there are still funny parts. There are still entertaining, enjoyable parts, I liked, like I said, the typewriter scene where it types along with the music of the typewriter and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just, man, it's such a beautiful
And
film.
the reason
so much to unpack, so
the reason why this film can kind of be interpreted as kind of bittersweet, unlike Anomalisa, is because in something like Anomalisa, you're just following this older character. If we just saw Max's side in this film, it would definitely be far more depressing and sad and shit 100% of the time. But this film is bittersweet because it is balancing these two different aspects of life, this childhood innocence to the world around you, this playfulness with these older serious tones and stuff. But each character has characteristics of each side of the spectrum, and that's what is so important and fantastic about this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it balances out to me. I just love how authentic and genuine it is. The characters feel very, very real. It to me, it's
it's such
my
it's
emotional
such an amazing achievement that you're able to connect with little pieces of clay, basically, so well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best kind of animated films. To me, I have my emotional reaction to this film is very similar to something say How Do You Live? Because How Do You Live is just anime weeb characters, but the characters feel so real and authentic because they're so well fleshed out, and their internal conflicts are very well realized. And this is the same thing where it's yeah, they're goofy cartoon characters, but because they have real issues and real relatable um conflicts that people can, if not connect with, then at least sympathize and understand with, it's that authenticity that really makes this stand out from I don't know, a random Pixar film, it not to shit on Pixar. I love Pixar. They made some great movies, but to me this is that perfect balance between if we're just gonna talk purely stop motion films, yeah, it's that fine line between Aardman and Anomalisa, where it's it has the silly moments from Aardman movies, but it also is has all the depressing moments from Anomalisa. If we're just gonna talk purely stop motion animated films. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean to talk so much. I love the film. I have so much to say about the movie. Yeah, so
it is
of course
fantastic film.
Good, yeah.
I've seen this movie so many times throughout my life. Yeah, I'm glad that I showed it to you guys and you guys liked it a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, I loved it. So
I didn't realize that all the music were pre-existing music. I thought that it was an original composition, so I was shocked to find out that a lot of songs were existed beforehand. So I thought that was a really cool thing to learn. So,
well, yeah, there's that moment where it's what's the song that's playing? When I was just a girl. That song is just
Que Sera.
Yeah,
Que Sera.
it's like in the context of that scene is like so.
That's a very iconic. That's a very iconic Australian song.
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
yeah, because
It
I
is.
thought the opening like music, the da 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 da, like the piano bit, like I that was like a bop. I was like, this must be like an original like song, but no, it existed beforehand, and I was like, that's pretty epic. So
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Guadagnino does that a lot as well. He like takes I think at least for I Am Love, there's a lot of like songs that weren't originally made for the movie, but like the movie takes them and like uses them so well. Like this film definitely does that as well. And there's like uses
Not
like
even joking when I say like I'm
I mean yeah, and like you
no,
said
sorry, go
like
ahead. Yeah.
there's uses of like like popular classical music that's used very well and like yeah, like this film just is great within like its use of music.
I actually used, no joke, I actually used the piano music from Mary and Max like during my workout at the gym. Like it's like such a bop. It's
Hell
like such
yeah!
great motivation. It's such great gym music too.
Fuck, I'm
So
actually gonna try that.
Yeah,
yeah.
like when there's like
Uh,
such a dour moment in the film, and then it cuts, and it's like the like you're like, oh my word, yes, we're back, we're so back,
yeah.
like yeah,
This
like
is this is it. This is epic. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, and I love how like the reason why like I'm saying kids could watch this is not just because I think kids could totally handle something like this, at least in my opinion. And also it's like it's it is dark and it is mature, but it's like but again it's like communicated in a way that like kids can handle, like because they still explain everything, like they have that scene where like Max like explains to Mary what like Asperger's syndrome is, but he's explaining
yeah,
it not just to her, because she's a child, but also to us as the audience who are unfamiliar with like the symptoms like of Asperger's. Like it's like it's Mary is like a great gateway for us, like for especially for younger children, where it's like I feel like younger kids can really connect with like Mary as a character, like, and I love how um and it's like, but it's not like you can and I don't know, it's like I'm trying to find the right words for it. There are a lot of moments that I'm sure kids will like really really like just like cry and connect with as well. Like during the second letter that Mary writes, where she's like talking about how like she's being teased
She
by
gets
this one
bullied.
kid who makes,
Yeah.
yeah, for a big, and she's like, I wish I can just get rid of my birthmark. I wish I could like remove it like a band-aid and stuff like that. And I hate how it looks and stuff. And you can see her, you can not only see her crying while she's writing, but you can hear in the vocal performance like she's like choking up like
Yeah.
while she's like saying those lines as well. It's like like
Amazing
I said,
vocal
it's like
performance as well.
really detailed and really authentic, like vocal. But yeah, and like whoever they got to play young Mary, such a great voice actress. I thought she was really really awesome. So yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, Eric Bana, like really loved his character. What was his character's name? Fucking
Damien Papadopoulos.
Damien.
Damien. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So
I
yeah.
like the guy that had homophobia. He is always yeah, yeah.
I do like the way that comes back with he finally gives her the package that basically
Yeah,
saves her life at
and
the
like
end.
that's like kind of like a very personal way to like kind of um like signify depression, like because when you are in like that state of mind, like you think like that no one around you like cares about you or knows you exist, but there are people out there, that still care and still like will look out for you, even if like if you barely know them, even if you're like just neighbors. But like yeah, and like running back to that like suicide attempt scene and like the quesara, sorry, like
Okay,
that,
Sarah.
yeah, like that like song, like when you think of like the lyrics in that song, it's like it's so screwed up in like the context of like that scene. Like, you know, there's like the lines, when I was a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? And like now she is standing like in this situation where she is like kind of the exact replica of what her mother was, you know? It's like, and in that scene, like there's like this imagery of like the photographs like kind of pushing up and like constraining her, and like these like reflections and memories like of her past are like weighing down on her and like actually like forcing her into this corner, you know, and like forcing her into like this state. And it's like just such a powerful scene. And yeah, like this movie just like, it doesn't hold back in many ways. Like it had like it just jumps and goes for it, and like it succeeds exponentially. Yeah, just such a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I just
An amazing film.
yeah, amazing film. And
this one is also in the Letterboxd top 250. Bam.
Yeah, but like this one
As
is
it
like
should be.
justified. Yeah, as it should. But I also think it's in the IMDb top 250 too. Like it's that good that like it's in the IMDb top 250. So
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Nice.
So
That's crazy. It's
Hell
managed
yeah.
to survive when Zack Snyder's Justice League and Avengers Endgame are up there.
yeah, I know. Only the finest of Kino.
Well, you know
yeah.
it's lower than those two. You know it's.
I mean, yeah, of course. It's definitely lower than fucking Interstellar, because apparently Interstellar is one of the top 250 best movies ever made. So, you know, yeah. Yeah, I think everyone is Oscar worthy. Like, gives Oscar worthy. I genuinely think like Philip Seymour Hoffman like should have gotten an Oscar nomination for his like voice role, but like the Academy doesn't acknowledge voice acting because I guess those are for babies or
Did this get,
something.
Did this get like a best animated feature
No,
nomination?
it didn't get anything.
I mean, obviously it didn't win. But
No, it didn't get any nominations. Like
yeah.
2009, though, to be fair, was like a really competitive like year for
Yeah,
animated
yeah.
films because like that's when Fantastic Mr. Fox was released. That's when Coraline was released. That's when I'm trying to think of others. Up also came out that year.
A Town Called Panic.
Yeah, that one too.
Isn't it also when Surf's Up got released, or am I just crazy?
Oh, only
No,
the best.
that was,
Yeah, Surf's Up,
2007.
the greatest. Oh, and that's when
Oh
Monsters
no,
versus.
that's 2007. Okay.
And that's when Monsters vs. Aliens, another epic classic that came out in 2009 too.
Oh, yeah.
So, and
The Secret of Kells, that was the other one that came out that year.
and
Was it the
G-Force.
Cartoon
Can't forget it. Yeah, Cartoon Saloon. So
Yeah, 2009, like one of the best years for animation. I was saying it before the podcast, but like not only for animation but for stop motion specifically. Like
Yeah.
Mary and Max, Coraline, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Town Called Panic, bam, all like some of the
I haven't seen.
best stop motion animated movies ever. Like just like a roster like that all in one year. Like
Yeah, I haven't
That's
seen A
crazy.
Town Called Panic, but I want to give that a shot too. And also can't forget Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs
Nah.
also came out
Hell
2009 too. I love that film so much.
That's an awesome film.
Flintlock Wood.
And like don't you and like I guess like, and a lot of people really like Up as well, and like The Secret of
I like
Kells
Up.
is really great. Like yeah,
Absolutely.
all of those in one year, like goddamn.
goddamn.
Like that's
and
crazy. And then
And Princess
and
and
then
Princess and the Frog
then if you
also came
if
out
you go-
that year too. So
yeah, that's also pretty solid actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a big
And
fan
then if you
of
strip back even further, like
sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, and if you take a step back even further, like even like the narrative film or like non-animated films that came out that year were also just like phenomenal as well.
Mhm.
So yeah,
No, I was just gonna say if you're a fan of anime, there are plenty of great anime films that came out that year too. Redline came out that year. One of the Evangelion Rebuild films
Ah.
came out that year. Afro Samurai, great stuff. So yeah, 2009 was a great year for just movies in general because that's when looking at some of the films that came out in 2009, Spike Jonze's Where the Wild Things Are that came out that year. I mean, like, to me, that's like my least favorite Spike Jonze film, but that's still better than like most other movies that I've seen. So,
Yeah. Into the Void came
um,
out that year.
You know what
and
else
changed
came
the
out that
language of
year?
cinema.
I Am Love.
Ew.
oh yeah,
Bam. Enter the Void. Bam.
Inglourious
Yeah.
Bastards. That's another bop. Um,
Bop. Bruh. I would not call that a
No.
bop. I'm sorry.
you
Avatar
don't like
came out that
Inglourious
year.
Bastards?
True.
A
Oh yeah,
Single
Avatar
Man,
did go.
The Cove, Thirst, Dogtooth.
District 9.
Oh, another animated movie. And Timmy, two other animated movies. There's an anime
The
movie
Blind Side.
called Summer Wars. That's really cool. That came out
Oh,
that year.
the Mamoru Hosoda
Have
film.
you
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
Summer Wars, Timmy?
I have not, but I need to get around to watching some Mamoru Hosoda films that are actually good. Um, because I
Yeah,
remember
you'll
I saw
really like that
Belle.
movie.
I remember I saw Belle a long time ago, and I was so unimpressed with Belle that I barely remember anything about it other than the music. But I'll give some of Mamoru Hosoda's other films another shot. So
There's
when did that
also
come out?
a movie called My Dog Tulip. That's from 2009. It's an animated movie as well. So 2009, just the best year for animated movies and movies as well. Because
Do we count
But, yeah.
Avatar as an animated film?
I mean,
Yes,
might as
we
well
do
be.
actually. Yeah, we do. Yeah, that counts as well.
Sorry, I'm just quickly looking
Damn,
up
you say
all. I'm quickly looking up all anime films that came out on my birthday just so I can see if I can squeeze that bullshit in. But no, I don't think I can find any. So
Alright.
Jules, how can you be Jim Cameron's strongest soldier and only have Avatar as a 7? Goddamn, Jules, that is
because he likes Titanic and nothing else.
Yep. Being Jim Cameron's strongest soldier is saying Titanic is his best film.
That's honestly the most base thing to say.
Worshipping him anyway for all time.
Avatar's banging.
It is banging.
I love Avatar too. So, and I love Terminator 1 and 2, despite what you guys say otherwise. So,
I love Terminator 1 and 2.
and well, I remember I said I would like for us to talk about the first 2 Terminator films at some point. You guys were like, "Ew, no," and I was like, "Why?" So,
No, I didn't say that. I would love to
okay.
talk
Well,
about
anyway,
Terminator 1 and 2.
okay.
I said that. I definitely.
I probably
said
said
that.
I didn't want to talk about anything past the second one.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to do that either because like there's 2 good movies and then there's just a bunch of bullshit. Like I don't want to sit through Terminator Genisys again. Like Jesus Christ, no. So
I'm not sitting through Terminator Salvation again.
yeah, or that. And I think I saw like parts
Anyways,
of. Anyway,
we're
yeah,
getting off track.
we're done with
Yeah.
this. We're clearly done talking about this. 9 out of 10.
It's
It
almost
could be
1
a 10
a.m.
in a
for me.
rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I cannot stress how much I love this film. It could be a 10 in a rewatch, but I'm giving it like a high 9 right now. So there we go.
Yeah. I give it a 9 as well, but it's so close to a 10. I might have to see it again. I
Yeah.
can imagine very, very easily.
I
becoming a
would
10.
say for me, it's a solid 9 out of 10 for me. Really love this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 999.
999. 999 question time. Let's see what we got here.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
We have.
We haven't done this in a long while.
I know,
Yeah.
we've just been neglecting questions for so long. So I've got like 3, 4-ish questions. So, okay, let's start with this one. From Tom. In 5 words or less, what is your most controversial film opinion? No explaining, no arguing, just toss them out there.
Oh, I got one.
5 words.
5 words?
Evil Dead 2013
Wait, what was it?
sucks.
Can you repeat it?
There we go.
5 words or less.
5 words or less. Your most controversial. I said
Oh,
Evil Dead
okay.
2013
Really?
sucks.
the most
That's 4
controversial you
words.
can
So
think of?
there we go.
Okay, I'll put out mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's controversial to people who like the movie. Okay, I'll try something else then. You guys go ahead then. I have to think about this.
A hack. There you go.
Nah, I agree. Yeah.
Is that really a controversial thing to
I-
say?
Depends who you say
surprising,
it to.
surprisingly.
Depends who
When
you
was
say
the
it to.
last-
It seems so.
When was the last great Tim Burton movie? Like,
There never was
I
one.
gotta look at. Hold on.
Sweeney Todd.
You don't like?
No.
I think we've said this before. Yeah, I like Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice.
I like Edward.
Okay. Let me go look through my film.
Timmy, do you got another one?
I'm trying to come up with one right now.
Okay, I'll be back. I just need to do something up for this house quickly.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What are some controversial takes that I have? Oh, I got one.
Sure.
Shin Godzilla
Was overrated.
was only alright. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just say that. I haven't seen it, so I can't really speak to this at all. I really don't know. Baz Luhrmann.
I should have prepared further in.
Baz Luhrmann is
Before.
bad. There we go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean that is a controversial thing to say because for whatever
I
weird.
saw a tweet the other day that this was like Baz Luhrmann is the as if unsubtle filmmaking was a person.
That's true.
I think that's such an accurate representation.
I think I will stick with that because like
about Baz Luhrmann.
Because I think I will stick with that because in all honesty, I'm looking at his movies and like every film I've ever rated from
Not
him.
a single good one.
No, not a single good one, but a lot of people seem to like it. Like I gave
a single good movie.
I gave Moulin Rouge like a 2 out of 10.
People
but like
love his work.
Yeah, I gave Moulin Rouge a 2 out of 10, but everyone seems to like that movie for some reason, and I just don't get it. I'm like, what do you guys like about this? And it's the
One
same
of my
with
friends who's like barely ever seen any movies in his life, like watched The Great Gatsby and was saying how good it was.
it sucks.
What the fuck?
Like I'll share with you a clip later, but like I was rewatching a clip from Great Gatsby.
Sport.
Yeah, well, okay, the book, the way that, so I've read the book. The book is really great, which is why I was even interested in watching the film.
It's my dad's favorite book.
Yeah,
the whole time, and he was like, "I will never watch this film."
But the film is
Baz Luhrmann's
so.
like his least favorite director.
It is so cringe. Like there are some party scenes where like they're just like playing rap music in the middle, and I was just like, "What the?" Like, and
oh yeah, didn't was it Jay-Z did part of the score?
Yeah, Jay-Z and Kanye or something, like a lot of their songs were used in The Great Gatsby for some fucking reason. And this was also an issue with Elvis as well.
Awesome.
Like, remember that scene in Elvis where, like, Elvis is, like, walking through the streets or some shit and they're just playing a random, like, hip-hop, like, rap song? And I was like, I thought this was a movie about Elvis. Like, why aren't you playing, I don't know, songs by Elvis? Like, Baz? Dude? So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like, yeah, it's like the same people who like justify something like Southland Tales. It's like, you don't get it. It's like, it's genius because it's so fucking weird or it's some shit, It's like, apparently all you need to do to make a good movie is just be
you
weird.
Need to stop bringing up Southland Tales. We know.
You'd be surprised how many people defend the film, and every time they try to defend it, I'm just like, my brain gets smaller and smaller every time someone defends the movie. So, yeah. So I guess that's my controversial take. Shin Godzilla. I haven't seen a single Japanese Godzilla movie. I've only seen the American Godzilla movies, except the
Oh, what are you doing, bro?
Except the Roland Emmerich one.
Godzilla.
Except the Roland Emmerich one. I did not see that. I've seen clips of the
don't watch it.
Roland Emmerich one.
Don't watch it.
I mean I know it's bad, but yeah, I think I saw the the Walter White Godzilla movie, and I was like, yeah, that was
That's
fine.
good.
I guess, yeah, it
Oh
was
god,
decent.
yeah,
So,
I will never be not disappointed by that film.
which one?
Go back and watch the trailers for that film. They made it look like it was going to be something completely different, and I want that something different like
Trailers
so
the
badly.
trailers made it look like it was like Jaws or some shit. That's the only reason why I went to go see it, because it was like, oh, this is like Jaws, but with like Godzilla or some
I was
shit.
so hyped.
But then it wasn't that at
They used
all.
the
Yeah.
2001: A Space Odyssey music, which is the first time I ever heard that piece of music.
Oh, okay. I don't remember the trailer very well. I just remember I saw it one time and I was like, that looks kind of epic. I'll
Yeah.
watch that. Yeah. And then I think I saw the sequel like on a plane or something, and I was like, I am so bored. I think I'd rather sleep right now instead.
I have
So,
a poster for that right above me right now.
hmm.
Right above my knees.
Nice. Yeah, and then I don't think
Anyway.
I remember, and then in Godzilla versus Kong, or as I like to call it, Big Monkey versus Spicy Lizard. That's my preferred title. I think I remember Big Monkey punched the Spicy Lizard one time, and that is literally the only thing I remember from the movie. So,
Did you see this trailer for this new Godzilla? It's called like Godzilla X Kong.
I didn't see it because it looks stupid. I don't want to. It's like, what the fuck is the point of this
It's so
shit?
funny.
Yeah. Is Adam Wingard directing that one too?
Did you see the clip I posted on my story of it, of them just like running like really strangely?
No, I did see that. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What? It's such a weird. I've never seen Godzilla run like that before. Godzilla's not meant to run.
Yeah, it's like watching Batman fight someone in the daytime. Yeah, Dark Knight Rises. So,
Yeah, exactly. It just looks wrong. Like this looks so goofy.
yeah, but I actually like Dark Knight Rises though. Like I feel like that film is like nowhere near as bad as
Yeah.
everyone says it is. Like
We'll have this full conversation one day.
oh, are you gonna do? You know, it's funny because I actually want us to talk
No,
about.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna recommend the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh no? Okay. Well, I was just gonna say
Well,
that.
I mean, what will we even say? To be honest.
Well, I was going to say that like I would really love for us to talk about the two Tim Burton, the two Joel Schumacher Batman movies at some point. Like do like a mega like recommendation,
I would
like
be down for that, honestly. It's
Yeah,
been
like-
such a long time since I've seen those.
It's been such a long time since we talked about a series as well, which is why like it'll probably be sometime before the new Battinson Rob Battinson Batman movie comes out. It'll probably be sometime beforehand where I'll recommend both the Tim Burton and the Joel Schumacher Batman movies. So yeah. We're done talking about this question. We're just waiting for Luca to just come back at some point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm seeing the Iron Claw today,
Do
by
we
the
wanna
way.
move on to
So-
the next one?
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that till January.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to squeeze in both Iron Claw and Ferrari this weekend because they both are out this weekend for me. I'm just really pissed off though because I was expecting Zone of Interest to show up at some point and it's just not. So it's like, you know, I guess I'm not going to see that this year. So, and I know you saw
Yeah.
it. So yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I guess we should just move on to the next question since I don't know when the fuck Luca will come back. So,
I think she's dogs running around or something. Anyway.
okay. Okay,
Do
here's
you want
the-
to do this Matthias question first or
Yeah.
Cole question? Actually, we'll wait till Luca comes back for the.
I mean, let's just do the Disney
Um,
question since she'll probably will have a lot to say for Cole's question. But I feel like we already talked about this anyway. So Matthias asks, after a disastrous last few years, do you believe Disney will recover their reputation as successful box office, or do you think we'll witness the fall of a once prestigious company? Didn't we already talk about this like in that one like segment in the Tales from Earthsea discussion? Because we were just like shit talking all
Did
their
we?
movies,
I don't remember.
something. I mean, I'm sure they'll recover.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
from like a business standpoint, like Disney is I think they're like in the most like top 10 like most powerful sorry, not most powerful, like profitable or like have the most money in the bank like companies in the world, like not just in entertainment, like just in general.
Yeah.
So they are kind of too big to fail at this point. Like they've had, like, I think now that all this superhero shit's slowing down finally, I think that they're gonna see like less draw-ins, but like they're not gonna fail. Like there's no way that they would ever fail.
We would need to do something
like they survived like the
tremendously.
World War. They stayed operational during like World War II and stuff. Like they were fine. Like they're not gonna fail. We're not gonna see Disney like crumble into ash.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
We're just answering Matthias's question. I don't think Disney has much of a reputation anyway. Like most people with like a brain hate them for like, I mean, some people hate them for the wrong reasons.
Because it's woke. They're including too many of those women. Yeah, women and black people. Too many of them. That's why they're bad. So
yeah, but they generally are not well liked among the general population, I feel. But
really, I thought it was like the opposite. Like, you know, like how like back in the day, like people only like if they saw if Disney slapped a Marvel logo on something, they'll be like, "Oh hell yeah, we'll watch that. It says Marvel on it. Oh, that's Star Wars. Fuck it. Like we'll slap it on a lunchbox and we'll go see that." But I guess it's like the opposite these days because, like we mentioned,
I saw such a funny tweet relating to this today, which was about like the 2019 Disney like box office, where like about 7% of the top 10 highest grossing films of that year, all of which were billion-dollar grosses, were
from Disney films. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this guy said like Bob Iger looks at the 2019 Disney profit chart, like how the Chicago Bulls fans talk about the Michael Jordan years.
That's funny. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Disney will have to do something tremendously fucking stupid for them to like collapse because, like you said, they're too big to fail. Like they purchased an entire film studio.
So much money.
They purchased an entire film studio. Like it's they have so much cash in their banks. Like they're not going to collect. They bought Star Wars, for crying out loud. They bought Star Wars for $4 billion, and with one movie they already recouped like half of that. They will be fine. They will be a-okay.
Yeah.
So
and they're in the theme park business.
Yeah, that too. So yeah. Yeah, they'll be fine.
Like the theme park business is very, very, very solid. Like there's not much that you can kind of do to change that. Like COVID was the biggest thing that probably ever fucked those Disney parks up.
Yeah, but I just think that like, yeah, they should something must have happened, which is why they had all these bombs this year. Though, you know, like Captain Marvel's apparently the worst fucking thing
people
ever.
Losing interest, like they'll bring back the interest eventually. Like, yeah, it's just kind of the way of the market. Like trends like die and then new ones start up.
Fuck it, make another Toy Story, make another Frozen. That will get people back into movie theaters. That will get audiences back. So make another Disney live action remake too.
Yeah,
Might as well get
I think they seem game to do anything really. I think as long as once they find something that gets their profits up like majorly, they'll stick to it for a while.
But I also just think though that like them playing it safe is the reason why they've had all these bombs, because when you think about the highest grossing films that came out this year, you know, like Spider-Verse, for example, like that was a huge success because it took a lot of chance. I mean, it still has fucking Spider-Man in it, but like they took a lot of like
Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Barbie and Oppenheimer too. Like those were like artistic, not just artistic, but like financial risk, and it paid off because both movies made fucking $1 billion at the box office. You know, it's like when I think about the highest grossing films of this year, it's the ones that actually took risks and it paid off. And I think Disney should try to do the same because, you know, like when I think about like Disney movies I liked this year, it was like Guardians 3, I guess, but it's like, but that was more just because James Gunn got to do James Gunn shit than like, look, another Marvel movie, here we go, you know? So, but whatever. Anyway, I don't have much else to say. It's like, it's just like same old, same old. Disney will just do Disney shit. So, although please bring back 2D animation. That would make me very happy, please. Thank you. So, um, yeah. Um, anyway, Luca, do you have anything to add to this, or no? Or
Nah, I don't think so.
okay. Did you ever give, by the way, your answer to the in 5 words or less? What's your most controversial film opinion question or whatever the question Tom asks? Or
Uh, um, Dune sucks ass.
Oh, fuck you.
Haven't seen Godfather.
have you not?
What?
That's probably my most controversial.
Have you not actually?
No.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
I've seen The
damn.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen The God.
I know.
I've actually seen a movie.
Indicative of Coppola's genius.
I've seen a movie that Luca hasn't
Wait, so
seen.
have you seen any Francis Ford Coppola films?
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen Dracula?
Jack.
Just no.
Oh, what ones have you seen?
I haven't seen Dracula either.
I've seen Apocalypse Now.
Oh yeah. I forget you technically have seen that once.
That's the one I haven't seen. I haven't
Oh.
seen Apocalypse Now. I'm just waiting for Jules to recommend it one day so I can finally get
Well,
around
that
to
day
it.
may
So.
be coming very soon.
I also want to watch Rumblefish
Oh,
because
yeah,
I know
that's
a
on
lot
the
of people
list,
like
don't
that
worry.
one.
Rumblefish is excellent.
I saw The Outsiders like a long time ago, and I like did not give a shit about The Outsiders. But someone told me I should watch Rumblefish because it's like
Rumblefish is excellent.
yeah, it's like a better version of The Outsiders. Someone told me, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll watch that.
I think it's Nick Cage's first ever role, actually.
I thought it was Peggy Sue Got Married, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of something else?
No. Peggy Sue Got Married was after.
I unironically want to watch.
Rumblefish.
I unironically want to watch Peggy Sue Got Married though, because like it doesn't seem like a movie I'd enjoy, but I've heard good things about it. So
Have you seen Tucker the Man and his Dreams?
I've only heard Patrick Willems talk about it one time. I've never seen the movie. So
Ugh.
what was that noise?
That's the sound I make when you mention Patrick Willems.
Oh, why? Do you have something against him?
He exists.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Okay. Yeah. I just
Anyway,
recommend Apocalypse Now, Rumblefish, fucking Dracula. Yeah, do one of those, and yeah, I'll be excited. So, yeah. Anyway,
so moving on to the next question.
Okay, and just last one. Since this is either the last episode of the year, probably, or
it is.
The first,
it will be
the first episode.
This is going to come out in January. This is probably going to come out in February.
Year, depending when this comes out. This is either the last episode of the year or the first episode of next year, whenever this comes out. What's like some of your favorite movies of this year that we've seen, and then what are we excited for next year?
Madam Web.
Oh,
it's gonna be the new Morbius, baby. And Craven too.
Oh
it's gonna make it's gonna make $1 trillion at the box office. So
oh my lord,
you heard it here, fellas. So
well, the thing I'm most excited for is probably we were just talking about him, the new Francis Ford Coppola film, Megalopolis.
Oh yeah.
Should probably come out next year.
Mm-hmm.
I am extremely excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think when it comes to movies, I'm excited for like three comes to mind.
Challenges.
No. The new Robert Eggers film, Nosferatu.
Oh yeah.
The Mad Max prequel, Furiosa, that also comes to mind.
Yes.
And then the new
you know it, bro.
And then the new Bong Joon-ho film, Mickey 17. I think those are like the three that I can think of that I'm excited for. And Civil War, the new
June Part 2.
Oh yeah, Dune Part 2. I was saying Civil War, the new Alex Garland film. I'm excited for that as well. So
That trailer always looked ass. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, but like it's Alex Garland, so like I'm gonna give him my faith, my trust, whatever. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll see it.
Challenges.
yeah,
Yeah, challenge.
I do want to see it though. I'll say that. So.
Challenges. Nothing else needs to
I'm
come
excited
out
for
next
that.
year. Just challenges.
Are we excited for the Garfield movie starring our favorite voice actor, Christopher Pratt?
Oh, wait. I'm excited for Memoir of a Snail. The new movie from Adam Elliott.
Oh, from
Adam Elliott,
yeah. And
there we go.
Gumball movie, hopefully.
Is that coming out this year?
Next year, hopefully.
Next year.
Oh my god, I would be so happy if that happened.
I'm excited for the do you guys remember the War of the Rohirrim movies coming out next year?
Oh, the Lord of the Rings film?
The animated Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I'll see it, you know. Like I don't know how good it will be,
yeah,
but
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the 2024 anime stuff if there are any movies oh shit, you know what? I can think of something right now that I'm excited for. There's going to be a Chainsaw Man movie that I'm fucking ecstatic. I am fucking hyped for. I know you guys don't give a shit about anime, but please, you guys will like Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is like for like film bros who don't like anime, if that makes sense. Because the mangaka, the guy who writes the manga, is like a huge cinephile, and he puts a lot of like references to film. In fact, like he mentioned like in an interview that like Texas Chainsaw Massacre was like an inspiration when he wrote Chainsaw Man. So like, you know, there's plenty of the fucking opening of Chainsaw Man has like tons of movie references. Please watch it, please. I am begging you, watch Chainsaw Man. I'm getting down on my knees and kissing your feet, begging you to watch Chainsaw Man.
I'll unzip my pants then.
Maybe not that far, but don't tempt me. So, but speaking of animated movie, can I just say that Kung Fu Panda 4 looks like ass? Like I was genuinely like,
oh yeah, that's what I was gonna mention.
Yeah, like I was like, what did they do to my boy? Like, look what they did. Look how they massacred my boy. So.
Yeah, no, that was tragic. Yeah. That was really tragic. Seeing that trailer, hearing that voice, oh god.
Yeah, hearing the Awkwafina voice, yeah.
I wanted to throw my chair out the window. I don't know why they put Awkwafina in every single fucking animated movie ever. I don't understand. Like, haha, it's funny. She has a raspy voice. Like, okay.
How to ruin
she was good in like The Farewell, you know, like put her in more movies like that. Stop putting her in fucking animated movies, like Jesus. Like, you know that duck movie from Illumination that's coming out this year, A Migration or whatever it's called. Awkwafina's in that too, you know. So yeah, that was also that trailer played at my How Do You Live movie screening as well. So
that trailer played when I watched May
I'm looking at some other movies I should.
For a second.
I was going to mention some other things that we should look out for. The new Ethan Coen film, so Joel, just Ethan. Drive Away Dolls, or whatever it's called. That's it. We said Challengers, right? Yeah, Challengers. The Bike Riders with Tom Hardy and Elvis Boy. That looks good. I'll check it out.
Jack Nichols, yeah.
So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Are you guys excited for Joker 2?
No.
Even jokier?
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Umbrellas of Cherbourg and One from the Heart again.
Is the new Jordan Peele coming out?
No,
in 2024?
That got delayed.
Has that been
just
pushed
today,
out?
that got announced. It got delayed.
Oh, that got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate.
Damn.
Things that I'm excited to see next year that aren't 2024 movies, but they're only being released in cinemas next year for me is Poor Things and All of Us Strangers are getting released in January, so I'll be seeing those.
What about the Zone of Interest?
Oh yeah, that too, I guess. But that's not getting released in cinemas.
I'm also looking forward to, because I definitely won't be able to see it this year, the new film from the dude who made Spirit of the Beehive. It seems like his first film in something like fucking 40 years or something, since like 1983.
God damn.
Oh, I'm not familiar with this at all.
Yeah, Close Your Eyes. That's the film. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I think I can actually watch that.
Are you guys excited for the new...
What?
What?
I was just gonna say, are you guys... I've been seeing so many trailers for the new Matthew Vaughn film, the fucking, what's it called? Argyle or something? I'm so sick of it that I feel obligated to just watch it at this point, because it's like... for the Matthew... I mean, like, Matthew Vaughn isn't enough of a pull for me to go see one of his movies in theaters, but, like, I don't know, if it's out on, like, streaming or something, I guess I might check it out, so... Oh yeah, I totally forgot. So in terms of...
I'm not even gonna watch it.
If we're talking nerd shit, I think Eli Roth's, like, video game movie is coming out next year, which I'm only watching because it sounds fucking stupid.
Doesn't
and,
it
like...
Cate Blanchett?
Yeah, it's got Cate Blanchett and,
Borderlands.
Kevin Hart, my favorite comedian. It's got Jablinski Games, yeah, Borderlands.
Jablinski Games.
That's what I'm calling him from now on, because ever since he started his YouTube channel, it's like, you will forever be known to me as Jablinski Games, and that's it. So, I know Fede Alvarez has his new Alien movie, which I'm just so stoked for.
That's good. That is good. I'm looking forward to that.
Personally, I would rather see whatever Neil, what was his name? Neil Blomkamp's Alien movie would have been.
Neil Blomkamp, yeah. I would have preferred that, honestly.
But
I
whatever,
wouldn't have, honestly.
so-
Bro made one good movie and then fell off instantly. He would have just made Alien trash.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It was Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson was literally guiding him. The second, all his movies post District 9 have not been made. Not been produced by Peter Jackson.
The moment Papa PJ
My
went
own
away, he's
kind,
like, fuck, I don't
my
know what to
own
do.
kind.
So, yeah.
Like, doing me like that. Like, yeah. Anyways,
Are you guys hyped
I
for
really have to go soon.
Despicable Me 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. It's like it's heading towards 1:20 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, well, I guess we're done with that then. That was our last question anyway, so we're done. Okay, I guess it's my turn to recommend something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
what's
the
your best
theme
one?
for this one is that we're recommending movies that came out on our birthdays. So my mistake was I originally interpreted that as, so recommend a movie that came out the year we were born. But I guess that wasn't what I was... that was the wrong interpretation, so it's actually legitimately our birthdays. Okay, so I'm currently deciding between two movies that were released on my birthday, which is May 15th. And I will let you guys decide which one we pick. So one is a drama. It is a depressing drama. And then the other one is a action movie.
Depressing drama.
I will not go any further.
Which one has the higher critical regard?
They're both very high. Like, they're both like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes or some shit, if that means anything to you. So,
God damn it.
I will just say, Jules, I think you would like the action movie that I picked if you picked that one, but I'll let you guys decide. So,
what are you feeling,
Depressing
Luca?
drama, obviously.
Actually, wait. The action movie has a
Timmy's making
action movie has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than the depressing drama. I mean, again, if that means anything to you. So,
Okay, I'm going.
Well,
action movie then.
now what are we gonna do? Because it's a tie.
yeah. Now what? Fuck.
There's an online coin
Oh,
flipping
God
thing.
damn.
Let me look it
Okay,
up.
then let's do heads, depressing
Okay.
drama, and then
Actually, Timmy, you do it because then.
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. We're just doing depressing drama.
No, I mean,
Okay.
no,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
let's just do a coin flip thing. So I'm gonna flip a coin. Let's do heads, depressing drama, and tails, action movie. How about that?
Okay, wait. Is it a
So-
good depressing drama?
Okay.
I mean, it's directed by
Yeah.
a director that everyone likes, so, but I guess that means nothing, but...
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin.
Oh, shit. No, I think I know what it is. Wait, yeah. I depressing drama, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
Flip a
I'm just
coin,
gonna trust in Lucas. I'm gonna trust in Lucas' confidence. Depressing drama.
No,
as
no,
well.
no, no,
Flip a coin.
don't.
What do you guys want? Do you guys want the depressing, or do you want me to flip the coin?
Okay, let's just do
Okay,
the
flip the
coin
coin.
flip because flip the
Okay.
coin. We can't just
Flip the
All right,
coin.
heads, depressing drama, tails, action movie. All right, let's do this.
Yep.
Okay, it's tails, so we're going with the action movie. Sorry, Luca. If you want, I'll just
What was the other one?
say the depressing drama right now because I'm probably never going to recommend this. It was Hunger, the Steve McQueen film.
No! Damn it.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
sorry,
if that's
Luca.
what you, if you, what were you thinking?
I don't know why I was thinking Schindler's List for some reason.
I don't even know if that came out on my birthday. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. So we're not going to be talking about Hunger by Steve McQueen. What we instead are going to be talking about, and Jules, you'll be very happy when I say this. So this film came out on my birthday, and I'm actually excited to revisit it. It's Mad Max Fury Road, directed by George Miller.
What the fuck?
I was really expecting more of a reaction from Jules right now. So, you there,
Jules?
Jules?
Is just completely silent. Jules doesn't actually care.
I said Mad Max Fury Road. That's the movie that I'm picking. Okay, he's gone. All right. Well, doesn't matter. That's what we're going to be talking about because we went with the coin flip. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we've all seen this movie. So, I don't really need to emphasize much. Yeah, Jules, did he die or something? His laptop must have froze or something.
Damn.
Well, I'll just say it again in case he. There. Yep, that's what I thought. So.
Yep. There we go. He died right as the anticipation arose.
We'll
God
just wait
damn
for
it!
him.
I love Hunger so much.
I would have loved to talk
I
about
love
Hunger. I've
Hunger
never
so
seen.
much.
I've never seen Hunger or Shame. So I've never seen two of. So I said okay. Let me
Oh my
rebuild it.
word.
Let me rebuild the anticipation again. So let me again say what I was gonna say. Okay, Jules, you're gonna be very very happy when I say this. So this film came out on my birthday, and I figured I was gonna rewatch this film anyway in anticipation for its next film. So the film I'm recommending is Mad Max Fury Road, directed by George Miller. So yeah, there. Yeah, see that was the reaction I was expecting. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was waiting for it, but I didn't get it from
For context,
the context matters.
Jules put on his webcam and started dancing and kissing the camera.
Yeah.
And now is doing like the "Call Me by Your Name" dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've all seen this movie. There's like nothing to introduce. We've all seen Mad Max Fury Road. It's a good movie. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Yeah. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Mad Max Fury Road, not that there's much to spoil anyway, watch it because we're gonna talk about it next episode. Directed by George Miller, 2015. This was a great birthday present, by the way. I think I saw this on my birthday, and it was a good one. It was a good birthday present. So
Wow.
yeah. So thank you, everyone.
Lucky, yeah.
That's it, I guess. Another day, another dollar, another one bites the dust. Okay, bye. So, yeah.
Bye.